Hello, welcome. How's everyone doing today? Hi. Let's see. Oni, thank you for the first as always. I really appreciate it. Aura, it is good to see you. And Beans. Hi, Tycor. Hi, Faded Singer. Why is everything on my screen not working? There we go. Hi, Faded Singer. Hi, Lunatic. I hope you're doing well. Welcome in, Hypno. Hello, 747 Royale. It is good to see you too. And Blessing. Hi. Hello, Cat. It is good to see you too. Welcome in. Let's see. Hi, Dino. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for the throws as always. Thank you, Bunny, for being here too. Hi, Neon today. I hope you're doing well. Did I miss anyone? Mun, good to see you. Hi, Corpse. Scroll. Hi, Dunce. I hope you're doing well. Welcome in. Hi, Leo. Hi, Boo. Hi, Ryu. Let's see. Liani, good to see you too. And Taijik, hi. What is up? I hope you're doing good. Oh yeah. I just woke up. I'm like super tired. I'm not gonna lie. Only tired, not because I didn't get enough sleep, but only because I just woke up because it's like the lasting sleepiness of my nap. It's supposed to be a very short nap, and then it got like really long for some reason. But yes, hello everyone. I hope everyone is having a good Wednesday. I think it is today, right? Like Wednesday, yeah. Happy Wednesday into the Thursday. Yeah, it's crazy that we are here. Simo was the first thing that I saw when I woke up because this guy spammed it to me. I mean, it's true. It's true. I didn't know he was asleep for, you know, I thought he was going to be more awake for New Year's, but, it's fine. The guy's sick, so it's fair. Hello, Muck. Hi. I hope you're doing well. Welcome in. And Fluffy, it's good to see you too. Hello. Yeah. Hope everyone is holding up good into the first day of 2025. You know, it's 2025. Hopefully you all, you know, are alive and feeling somewhat okay. But it's good to see you. Did you eat something already? Yeah, I ate before. I sent a picture on the Discord of what I ate. I ate, fell asleep into my nap. It was a very long nap, a lot longer. Hi, darling Divine. It's good to see you. Hello. How's your day so far? Hopefully you've had a really good day. Just had a popsicle too. So like, trying to give myself time to get all that out. Alright, let me open this bottle of water. I forgot today was Wednesday. Unfortunately, I need to work tomorrow. I am sorry to hear that you have work tomorrow. Interesting. Yep. First day of 2025, I spent 7 hours cleaning. That's crazy. Hopefully you get some time to yourself, you know? Today has been a start of a new year, all right. Oh, really? Was it cooked? Oh, but gosh. Day's been all right, a little slow. That's fair. It's fair. You know, it's never bad to have somewhat of a slower day. Hi, Rev. It is good to see you. Thank you for the throw a lot. And Doju, it's good to see you. Thank you for the head pat, too. Welcome in. I hope you're both having good days into the new year, too, depending on when your new year was. But it is good to see you. Yeah. It was such a long day. Sorry to hear that. That is rough. Hi, Chairman. It's good to see you, Chairman. Hope you're doing well today. But yeah, it's good to see everyone. Thanks for being here after our post-New Year countdown stream. We did a little bit of a countdown on stream. It was kind of fun. We kind of blanked out a little bit during that countdown because I was a little bit gone. I'm not going to lie. But, you know, I still was there to do it because why not? It's always fun to do a little bit of a countdown. On top of that, you know, have some things to talk about today, maybe a little bit later. Just trying to give people time to hop into the... Okay, wow. Beans, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. What the heck? You did not have to do that. I very much appreciate it. And, of course, Valorant. We can't forget Valorant. Thank you for the gifted sub, Valorant. Wow, that's crazy. But thank you, Beans. I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know. There's, think we're gonna throw even more Hypno. Wow. So, there is still a thing going on, apparently, that if you gift subs, Valorant will too. And I don't know how Valorant does it, but they just do. I don't know when that's gonna last. It's just something that they're using to, I guess, push their game. They're trying to push that terrible, terrible game. I'll never enjoy Valorant. I'm not gonna lie. Even no matter how many gifted subs they give, I'll never enjoy that game. So weird last night because both my best friends in our group chat, we all in different time zones, so it was just us spamming Happy New Year at different times. Honestly, that's real. That's real. Yeah, no, you guys are fine. No worries. You're all good. Live your life. Treat yourself well. Who cares about me? I'm all good. I'm just happy to be here with you guys. I'm just happy to be included. But thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Serapis, it's good to see you. Happy New Year, Mr. Capybara, or as the Germans say, Wasterween. I can't say anything. Can't pronounce anything right. Yeah. Yes, I did. I wanted my spot back for a bit, so I think I get points for this. I see. I got you. I appreciate it. Once again, thank you, Beans. Yeah, no, it's been so long. It's been like a year since I've seen you guys. Me too, Rose. Hi, it's good to see you. Thanks, thanks for coming back after a year. It's crazy. Hello. Pro Valorant gamer is crazy. I've touched that game maybe like twice. It was not fun. I'm gonna treat my treat as much as I like to. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's crazy. The Capybara, the hangout for lonely people. Am I considered lonely? Probably, honestly, for the most part. I just like streaming. It's fun. Countdown was fun, but when it hit midnight, I was lagging so badly on Twitch. Oh, no. I'm sorry to hear that. Lag's been pretty rampant for a lot of people recently, and I don't know what it is about the New Year's time, but it's a little bit rough. So, like I said before, apologies for kind of the roughness about this time. Let's see. It's been at least a year and a day since I've talked to you all. Missed you all so much. It's weird not being in stream. I know, right? It's weird not seeing some of you guys in stream sometimes. Very like, let me catch up with you guys, you know? Tina, hi Treat, hi chat. I can't stay for this one either, but I will probably make it next time. Oh yeah, you're fine. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Beans, for the 500 biddies. What the heck? Not how to do that either, but thank you. That is crazy. Thank you so much. I'm lonely, but that's okay because I can enjoy your streams. Of course, of course. My streams are open and available to all. You know, it's fun time, fun time. Let's see. The capybara is owned, but the the loneliest of us all. Oh, maybe. Might not be wrong there. Multi-Wiggle, thank you for the follow. I really do appreciate it. Welcome into the stream. My name is Treat, otherwise known as Ren Nezumi. I'm a capybara VTuber who runs the Cafe Bara. We are currently just chatting, chilling, vibing. Got some stuff to talk about a little bit later after you know, a little bit longer into the stream for what we might be potentially doing in the near future. Because we do actually have something other than what is it called? We have something other than just chatting probably in the near future. But we'll go into that whole thing in a little bit. I'm just trying to give time for some people to show up because it is one of those things where it just takes longer for some. It's gonna be an interesting time. Yes. I know, right? Not just chatting. That is crazy. I am kind of excited, also a little bit nervous because I don't know how it's gonna go. And so I'm just kind of giving myself time to ease into things. We also have some stuff to talk. Oh my gosh, what is that? Why are there hearts on screen? What the heck? Thank you, Divine, for the on-screen celebration. Wait, that's so cool. I didn't know that you could actually do that. But yeah. All right. Let me see. Let me come back and read some of this chat because I'm a little bit lost in it. I'm not gonna lie. Let's see. Let me take our earrings out real quick. You are fine. I hope it is all good there. The second that we ended stream, I knocked out. Honestly, real. Get some good rest as always. Seeing as I am your sister's favorite, I feel like I am obliged to be in stream every day. Crow needs to step up. I think Crow's like chilling. I think you guys are all chilling. And Jay, hi. I hope you're doing well. How is your day so far? Sorry if I'm not like super responsive. Like I said, I'm still waking up. First stream of the year, you know, feeling a little bit all over the place, but we're moving through things as always. It is good to see you, Jay, though. Hi, happy Wednesday. Hope you're having a good New Year's so far. Don't really know your like time zone or schedule, but New Year's, hopefully it's been good. Sorry, I had to mute. That was really bad. Hello, but yeah, I hope hope you had a good Wednesday. Sorry, I had to mute for like 2 seconds there because I had to say something to someone. My fault. It is all good. But yeah, I kind of want to talk about what I want to talk about, but I'm probably just gonna give it some time, like I said before we jump into it. It is just basically to kind of sum it up. We will be a little bit busy, like for a little bit. I think for the most part, with another thing on stream that is not just chatting, basically. So I've mentioned this before in like the last few days, but for those who don't know, I'll just explain it once now, and then I'll explain it once later for those who come in a little bit later. But to kind of give a little bit of an explanation on what's going on, my friends are starting up a Minecraft server. He's gonna run it on like his own personal like secondary laptop. It's just gonna be for like his small friend group, which includes like me, and we're gonna be playing the new update for Cobblemon, right? And so that's what we're going to be doing because, well, why not? It gives me an excuse to play like something different and do something different compared to what we do here. Kind of switch things up a little bit. So we'll be doing some Minecraft streams because why not? I think it'll be fun. Minecraft super relaxing. It's a little bit mixed with Pokemon, so it's a little bit better than just regular Minecraft. Now, I'm giving you guys a super fair warning. For me, I don't take Minecraft seriously or any of the games that I play on stream seriously for the most part because I prefer to just do whatever and just chat and stuff like that. So I'm gonna play the game, but I'm not gonna be super hyper competitive. We're not gonna we're not gonna do anything crazy. It's just for fun, and it gives you guys like some background stuff to kind of listen to while we chat about our normal chatting stuff. But yes, so the whole theme and interesting thing about like this quote unquote like Minecraft server CAPYBARA thing that we're gonna be doing is every single person on the server itself is assigned a type, like a Pokemon type. And I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 10 people playing, okay? We have 10 people playing. So everyone's assigned a Pokemon type. Not all the types are covered, but everyone's going to be assigned one. And I got Ghost type because that's just what I rolled initially. And so everyone else is going to get a type, and we're going to make a gym for that type, and we're going to craft up like a team for that specific gym. You can have a main team and a gym team, basically. And, I have the Ghost Gym. I don't know what I'm going to do for the Ghost Gym yet, but we're going to have to build a gym. And then at some point, I guess we do like a bracket run of, everyone just kind of goes through all of the gyms and see how far, how far they can get and stuff like that. Like I said before, though, it's really not that serious. So like, don't expect it to be super well put together or super crazy serious because, well, I don't know what other people are going to do, but I know what I'm going to do, and I'm not taking it seriously. So I'm just going to try and have fun. I hate when people take games too seriously. So I'm going to do my best, but don't don't have too many expectations. Don't have too many expectations. Olivia, it's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. And Shadows, hi. I hope you're both doing well too. Will streams be earlier or later? They'll be the same time. Same time. Same time start, basically, but because this isn't an actual collab, if that makes any sense. There is, this is not an actual collab. There is no like pressure and expectation to actually, because no one there is a content creator. This is just a group of friends who decide to play like a Minecraft server. So it's a lot less stressful. There's no real like content creator pressure there. I'm just gonna be the only person like streaming, I guess. And I'm gonna be playing pretty far away from everyone else just because I just like don't want to get interrupted, if that makes any sense. Yeah. If it's not competitive, there's no reason to take it seriously. That's what I think. Yeah, no, it's definitely not. I'm gonna be turning off the chat. So like the chat in game is going to be off. So if they want to contact me for anything, it's gonna be through Discord. And the only reason why I do that is just because I don't want somebody to accidentally dox me, because that would just be a really, really bad way to get doxed. So yeah, hi Kana, and also Vanilla, it is both good to see you. Hey Treat, just stopping by to say hi. Unfortunately, I've been very sick today. I've not been able to get any food in the system, and I'm sorry to hear that. That's a very rough start to the year, but hopefully you have some time for yourself. Hopefully you can eat something good, and hopefully you can stay safe, well rested, etc, etc. Do whatever you need to do this absolutely wonderful Wednesday to feel a little bit better, little bit better. But yeah, I'm sorry to hear that you're not doing too hot. Good to see you too. Hope you're having a wonderful day today. I am having a wonderful day today. So yes, so for the Minecraft server, I will actually be having the chat hidden just because I just don't want to deal with potential like instances of somebody just like randomly saying my name out of nowhere, or just like, doxing me somehow in some other way. Like I said before, all of these people are not content creators whatsoever, so they don't know much etiquette for anything like content creation related, which means that I just have to take extra care to make sure that everything works. Now we're not gonna have a stream where I'm gonna be in like the group call just because it's very hectic. And here's the thing, I'm kind of there as a friend of the person that is running the server because we're friends. Obviously, I've known him since I was in like middle school. Um, a lot of the people there though, like majority, like 6, 7 of them out of like the 10, I don't know them super well. Never really talked to them on like a one-on-one basis. It's kind of like a friend of a friend type of situation, right? Where it's like you know somebody really well, and then you're at a party and they invite their other friends, but you don't know, you know, their other friends, if that makes any sense. So like, I don't know how it's gonna go, which is another big reason why I don't want to be in like a call, because I want to present myself well, at least on the stream, and I have no clue who some of these people are and what they'll say, etc., etc. So I'm gonna take my best kind of efforts and precautions to obviously not like have any issues, and I you know, I'd like to think that things will go smoothly because why not, you know, there's no reason for it not to go smoothly. Hope New Year's Day has been great. It's definitely been a day. It's been a little slow. Took a nap earlier, woke up a little bit later than my preferred wake up time, not gonna lie. When's the Minecraft stream though? At this point I could say maybe next stream or the stream after next stream. It's pretty soon. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's pretty soon. I'll do an announcement exactly when, because I have to sit down and get it set up properly. But it's like really, really soon, because my friend has been working very hard to get it all set up on his computer. I just need to get some of his help getting it all like actually online, if that makes any sense. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Like I said, it's just an extra thing that we're gonna be doing on stream. So just chatting is still gonna be like our just chatting streams are basically gonna be our Minecraft streams, but you get extra background like footage to look at. So it's not like I guess it's not always just chatting, if that makes any sense. You know, it's just a little extra. So a little extra. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. Hopefully that helps you in, you know, giving you guys a little bit more to stare at. So you're not just listening to me all day, which, you know, I guess is not particularly like a bad thing, but like, you know, makes me feel like a real content creator. Yeah. So like, what do we do with Poe? Probably just take a small little break from Path of Exile. Game's fun, but it's definitely more of a solo-esque game. It's not really a good game for stream, to be honest with you, which is why I don't really play it on stream. Kind of just focus on playing, or kind of just focus on just chatting, because I like doing that. I try not to push myself to do things I feel like are not like I'm not comfortable doing on stream, just because I like the way that we do things. It's fun, you know, for the most part. We like staring at you is crazy. But yeah, that's the plan for the next few days for the most part. And so hopefully we can get it off, like, you know, pretty soon. I want to, because I think they just finished setting up like the Pokemon world. They just finished setting up the world for Cobblemon, and so they're like pre-genning it so that there's no like lag issues later. And then on top of that, like, I have to sit down and actually like download the mod pack and install it. And like, it shouldn't be hard. It really shouldn't be hard. But you know, we're just figuring it all out. And apparently the mod pack itself needs like at least minimum 8 gigabytes of RAM. So like, I hope, and I'm hoping, I don't know if this is true and I don't know if it's gonna work, but I hope that I can actually run it, because it's like I have to also run my model and also stream at the same time. So if I can't run the if I can't run the mod pack, that'd be pretty bad. I don't think I'll have issues there, but it would be really crazy. Aki Faye, thank you for the follow. Really do appreciate it. Welcome into the stream. Hi, nice to meet you. My name is Treat, otherwise known as Ren Nezumi. I'm a capybara VTuber who runs the CAPYBARA. Hi, I hope you're doing well. Happy first day of the new year. Very cool. But yeah, will my laptop slash PC survive? Ooh, I don't know, to be honest with you. I have yet to test if this, what's the word that I want to say? I have yet to test if Cobblemon will actually run, at least this specific mod pack that we have set up will actually run well, but I'm like praying that it will. If it doesn't, we'll figure out like a solution there, or I might just not stream it. I don't know. So just give me some time to figure it all out, and then I will. Your setup is fantastic. Thank you. That's very kind of you to say. I really appreciate it. Maybe a PNG stream. Oh, true. You know, I could do that. I haven't done like a PNG stream in like years, honestly. I don't even know if I still have like any PNGs and stuff. It's crazy. Yeah. I don't know. I'll just have to sit down and figure it out. Oh my god, Treat. Hi, Selena. I hope you're doing good too. Welcome in. Happy first day of the new year also to you. How's everything hanging out? You know, it's been a little bit. Oh no, VTube Studios does lag with big games or mods for stuff, so I don't know. Yeah, no, I'll look into it. No worries. I'm just gonna take some time, figure it all out, do like a test stream or two. If it doesn't work out, it's fine. We'll like figure out a solution. Maybe I'll drop down the quality, take out some mods that are a little bit more, what is it called? Client side? I don't know. We'll see it all. But yeah. And also, Teddy, it's good to see you. Hi. I hope you're doing well. Hello. How's everything going? Hope everything's been good. Happy first day of the year. Doing good. How are you? I'm doing good. It's been definitely a little bit of a slower day. Not too much going on for the most part. You know, spent time with friends and family, kind of like talked about with my friends this whole Cobblemon server that we're going to be playing for funsies. And outside of that, not too much. You know, it's been a slower start into the new year for sure. It's been a lot slower. It's a lot slower. You know, still trying to figure out this whole like 2.0 debut thing. Still need to email / reach out to the artists that I want to commission. They're apparently full right now, according to their Twitter, which makes sense. So I just want to like email, just kind of see, you know, when they think that they'll be available. Because if they're not going to be available in the, you know, next few months, I might just choose somebody else. Just because I do want, you know, 2025 to be the year that I actually get this 2.0 debut out. Because it is taking, it's taking some time. You know, at this point, like, it's really not the funding that's the issue. It's more just finding the correct people to do everything properly at a reasonable time, and then marketing myself in a way that actually, you know, supports this debut, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I mean, it's just a lot of work, but I want to try and start off, you know, 2025, working hard to achieve my goals, I guess you could say, which is really nice. Hopefully they'll be available. They are very busy artists though. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I am totally fine if they're not available. I just want them to do it, but if they can't do it, obviously, you know, there's nothing that can change there. Ammeter, it is good to see you too. Hi, I hope you're doing well. Hi, it's been a little bit. And Aster, it's good to see you. Thank you for the throw. But yeah, you know, just kind of taking some time. I'll contact newer people if things don't go super well, and we'll kind of just work from there, you know? I know everyone's schedules are a little bit wonky right now, especially at the beginning of the year. There's a little bit more work to do, if that makes any sense. Hey Treat, you won't believe what I got for Christmas. Sure, hit me up. What did you get? What'd you get for Christmas? Fingers crossed for you. I hope they can. Yeah, I'm, you know, really hoping that they can get to me soon. Hopefully. Let's see. I got a capybara light. Oh, that's very cool. Very, very cool. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate it. We can always find another artist that can give you a booba window. That's crazy. Let's see. Let me see if I missed the message. Get you on their wait list. I hope you get the artist you want. Yeah, no, it's gonna be really exciting. I'm not, look, like I said before, I'm not promising anything. All I can really do is reach out and just be like, hey, I love your artwork. I am planning a 2.0 model debut. I would love to commission you for a 2.0 model whenever you're free. I just sending an email to inquire about your availability. If you can't get back to me, that's completely fine. Like if you can't do it, that's all good. There's no worries there. But if you can, that would be absolutely amazing. Like in like the next few months or so. So that's the plan. Like I said before, there's no real pressure or anything like that. So I'm just gonna give it some time, hope for the best. That's all I can really do. Once I have that done, I'm gonna start contacting like people who can do like the rigging after the art's done, and then from there I'm gonna start looking into the other assets that we might switch up for stream depending on how crazy I want it to go, if that makes any sense. But yeah, that's kind of the general gist of things. I don't have it all super planned out because this is my second time doing all of this. I'm not super duper experienced with this kind of stuff. So it may take less time, it may take more time. I couldn't tell you. It's very hard to find artists that do make models though, which is an issue with finding someone else. Exactly. The best that I can do is continue to research, continue to, make the best informed decision. That's about it, honestly. Let's see. Do you need any emotes made, Tree? Because if so, I can make you a few for free. No worries on that. I'm still trying to plan everything else out. So I couldn't tell you if what I need yet, because it's like I for sure want to get a 2.0 debut going and a model, but like how much do I want to change things up is still up to debate. I don't know if I'm gonna change the background. I don't know if gonna change the assets. Like I don't know because I'm fairly satisfied with our current setup. I like the assets that we have. I like everything that you see on screen. I just feel like the model itself could definitely use a little bit of a improvement, just because it is something that I've wanted to do for a while. So I don't know if I'm going to be spending most of my money commissioning the model, or if I'm going to be spending some of that money somewhere else, kind of touching other things up, if I if you know what I mean. I don't know exactly, because it's just gonna take some time. Hi Crow, it's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Welcome in. Happy first day of the new year's for you. Feel like they could probably get you on the wait list. Yeah, no, if I can get on a wait list, that'd be perfect, right? Even if it's like 1 month or 2 months, 3 months from now, I'll still be fine. As long as it's not more than like 3 months, I'll be okay, right? Because I do want to try and get this all out in like the first half of the year, so that I can have like and plan more stuff in the next half of the year. Because like I don't know, for me it's mainly just because I don't have like a strict timeline for this. I really don't. But I do want to have it in like a timely manner, so I'm not dragging it out, if that makes sense. I want to try and keep it a little bit condensed, and as condensed as I can without ruining like quality and stuff like that. Hi Crow, thanks for being here. Hello, I hope you're doing well. But I bet it will look amazing with whatever you're doing with your setup and model. Thank you, Teddy. Thank you. Yeah. To give you, so I don't actually have like a new design for you guys, just because nothing's actually made, and I haven't contacted like an artist or anything like that. The best that I can give you is I'm gonna be using one of Muck's like sketches for kind of like as like a reference of on top of like what we have on stream already, the old model. kind of give an idea of how it's gonna look. Now, I don't know if it's gonna 100% look like this, just because things might change with the actual commissioning process, and ideas might change, and artist style is like different and everything like that, and there's so many considerations, etc., etc. But you know Muck did great, with the sketch. This came out of nowhere, by the way. Still crazy. I was already looking into commissioning like someone to do like a sketch slash redesign of kind of the ideas that I wanted to go for, and this kind of hit like a lot of the big ones, so I was like, well, I don't have to do that anymore, which is super nice. But yeah, that's super cool and super amazing. But yeah, type of look are you going for the model? Like hot model or like fancy model? I don't know yet. I'm still on the fence about everything. I think for the most part, it's gonna be fairly similar to what you see here. Just, I don't like making this comparison because I think it's like just bad to always compare, but to kind of give a little bit more information, because there are some people who have no clue what I'm talking about. So I didn't know this until not too long ago, but apparently the artist that I'm trying to commission did Vane's model, and I didn't know that, actually. Like, I've been talking about how I wanted to spend as much money as he did on his model, because it's like a big dream of mine to do so, and I'm in a position to be able to do so. But I didn't know actually the artist that I had my eyes on actually did his model. So I don't like making a comparison, obviously, but it's probably gonna be around that same kind of level in the sense of like, art style and everything like that, just because I mean they just, it's the same person who made it, if that makes any sense. That's all I can really say, just because the artist could change depending on availability and stuff like that. That's all I can really say, but it's cool. It's cool. I didn't, like I said before, I didn't know at all. Like, I'm being genuinely truthful. I didn't know at all. I knew they made models. I just didn't think that they would, like, they made, Vane's model, because I had been talking about how cool I thought his model was and how professional it was. And so in my head, I was like, I want to try and get something kind of at least quality wise on the same level, if that makes sense. Yeah, no worries, Ara. Have a nice night. Thank you. But yeah, that's kind of the what's the word that I want to use? That's kind of the standard that I'm trying to like set for it all, because I am spending like so much money on this. The amount of money that I'm spending on this is quite literally like I've never spent as much money as I have on any type of assets for anything that I've done before in the past. So this is like my first big project. I'm like super excited to see how it goes. I'm gonna work really, really hard to try and improve, or like try and make it as streamlined as possible. It's gonna be big because I really do want to push myself hard to like make this like a big goal that I can achieve, and then from there I'll probably start shooting for bigger goals after that. Because like I said before, like a few days before, right? Me getting this model, I'm not just investing into it because I feel like it, or it's just like randomly just like a dream of mine. It is a dream. It is a dream of mine to have a super professionally made model. But the big reason why I think I wanted to do this 2.0 debut so much is because I feel like our momentum and how we're doing things and how we're growing as like a community has been really, really good and very, very fast. And to kind of tell you a little bit more about like how important momentum is, you want to try and keep the ball moving as much as possible, because like it's like a snowball effect. The faster you move it, the longer you push it, the more you give it boost, the bigger the snowball is going to get. you know, give it some momentum. I think a 2.0 debut on top of how fast that we've been growing recently would be a huge, you know, like improvement in terms of like kind of pushing myself out there, if that makes any sense. Because everyone loves debuts, right? I think debuts are super cool. It opens you up to a wider audience. You can market yourself better. You know, kind of give your best self to a bunch of people that wouldn't have seen you originally, if that makes any sense. And so I'm like hoping that the debut itself is a big success. I'm going to be working very hard to make sure that it all works properly, etc., etc. You know, like it's gonna be a really high quality model, and I get to do really, really cool stuff with it. And you know, hopefully that will push our momentum a little bit more than before, you know. So it's gonna be super cool. It's gonna be super cool. And also, Belly, it is good to see you. I hope you're doing good. Welcome in. I know it's a little bit. I'm sorry I missed your message there, but thanks for being here. I appreciate it. I believe in you, Ren. Thank you. Thank you so much. But yeah, you know, like I'm not just doing this because I can. I think it's a smart investment. I think it will propel. Sorry, I can't speak. It will propel me forward a little bit more along my kind of VTubing journey. I think it's going to be a big boost to both our community as a whole and the stream as a whole, because I get to upgrade not just the model itself, but most of the quality here too. So it's a big uptaking, but I am, you know, super happy to be able to do it and have the opportunity to do it, because you know, the thing is I'm putting a lot of weight on this 2.0. I want a lot to come out from it, just because I am spending so much money and I am spending so much time. And this is like a really big goal for me. And I've only debuted like twice. So I'm still really, really new to this process itself. Just marketing myself and everything. Like I have some experience, but not a lot. I want it to be big and impactful, because like a lot of, if I will be able to do it as a full-time thing, will probably come from the fact that like if the debut is successful, I think I might be in a position to be able to potentially do it full time. And if that is the case, then you know, we keep going. But that's all just like very much just wishful thinking. That's not really something that I personally can control, because I can't control the outcome of anything. All I can do is control the steps that I take to get there, you know, and that's really all I can do. That's really all I can do. So I'm not gonna think too much on like the hypotheticals of like, how is it gonna help improve my stream? How is it, you know, like how are we gonna grow from it? Like, are we even gonna grow from it? Or anybody, you know, is anybody gonna actually show up? This and that. None of that really matters to me, because it's not something that I personally can control. Now I can do things to try and like edge the odds to my favor, but it's out of my hands. It's out of my hands. I can only, you know, the best that I can do, get the model done, get the assets done, market myself, put myself in a favorable position so that all of this comes true. But if it does or if it doesn't, I can't do that, right? And so it's mainly just hoping that I put myself in a position that's favorable. And I think I can. I think 2025 is going to be the year where I can sit down and really just iron out like a bunch of the things that I want to do. You know, like it's really exciting to me. You know, I'm super, super excited to be able to, you know, have this opportunity to do all of this, because I'll be honest with you, not a lot of people have the opportunity to get a model like this, to push for a model like this, to push for a 2.0 debut this, you know, big. And so I'm just really, really excited that this is all here. Now, you know, it's a little bit stressful because I am planning all of this out by myself, and I don't have like the backing of an agency to do this anymore, because the process of how this all worked in an agency was completely different. I didn't have to worry about any of this stuff. I only had to worry about like, how am I going to actually do the graduation? The marketing and everything else, didn't have to worry about that. Made my job like 10 times easier. Now that I actually have to do it, it's a little bit different for the most part. It's a little bit scary. It's a little bit stressful. You're gonna be amazing, Ren. Not that you're not already amazing. I'm just excited to experience how amazing you are with all the new people we'll meet after the 2.0 debut. Thank you, Hypno. I appreciate it. Thanks so much. But yeah, thank you for that. That's a very kind message. So excited thinking about how much you'll grow. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate it. You know, I will do my best to make this an absolutely wonderful experience, a completely, you know, unforgettable experience. You know, I always struggle to kind of put myself out there just because it's like, what kind of content do I make? For me, I've always struggled with like making content for other platforms because like I do just chatting streams, and I've said this before, but how do you clip a just chatting stream without really the context of it all? Because it's like a lot of the conversations we have are nice because we have context for it. You've been here for multiple streams. So if I make a joke about something that's more like kind of, you know, inside knowledge-y because you've been here for, you know, multiple streams, it's like, you know, it actually makes sense. But I can't really do that for like a 30-second clip. So I always struggle a little bit to do that. Now, with the debut itself, it's a lot easier. I get to leverage the model. You know, the appeal of the model itself is my strength for modeling or for pushing myself during this kind of like intermission period before I actually debut. And I know how to do that. You know, I have a lot of experience on how to do that. So I'm like really excited to actually jump into that. But like I said before, it's, you know, it's going to require me to actually contact a lot of the people and figure things out before like we do all of this, because I do have to have the model on hand and rigged and everything like that before I can actually jump into that. But yeah, you know, Vivi, it's good to see you. Hiya, Treat. You can do this. I know you can. Just take it slow and fast, but not too fast. Thank you. And Karma, it is good to see you too. Hello, Treat. Hi, Karma. I hope you're doing well today, this fine Wednesday. Just don't push yourself too hard, okay? The mods, and I'm sure Tyjik are happy to help as well. You shouldn't have to worry too much by yourself. We as a community can also help out by making edits and whatnot. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate it. Like I said before, I'm like super blessed to be in a position that I am now, because I've said this before in the past, I think like a day or two ago, where, you know, a lot of times for people, the first time that they debut, it's like, you know, it's a very big event for them because they're pushing for, you know, getting as many people onto their stream as possible, getting as many eyes onto their content as possible, because it's close, you know, close to their first ever stream. I guess it really depends because, you know, obviously for some people, like they were pre-debut, so they already kind of have like a small audience. But usually debuts are like your kind of like your big break, I guess you could say, or potentially your big break to push yourself in front of like a bigger audience and stuff like that, right? That's typically how things are. You know, I am super grateful that I'm in a position where I already have a community. I've already done as many streams as I have, and I am not technically pre-debut. You know, I am on my 1.0 model, which means that if things don't particularly work out as well as I would hope, which I don't think it won't, but you know, there's always the possibility. I don't, you know, feel bad about it because I do already feel like I do have a community here, you know? And so it's like, I'm happy to say that I have like a safety net, basically. That if things don't go as well as I would hope, that it doesn't really matter too much because, well, we're all here doing this right now. And, you know, I don't change, like, I don't plan to change much about my content itself, or how I like portray myself even after the 2.0 debut. The 2.0 debut is just an improvement upon the assets that I will be using for stream. Um, the jokes that I do, how stupid I am, and like all the other crazy dumb things that I do on stream, none of that's gonna change. I have never been one to super conform to like the majority way of doing things, just because I prefer kind of my own way, or at least I've grown to prefer my own way of doing things. So you know, I'm not gonna go crazy on like super mainstream stuff. I'm just gonna keep doing what I love doing, and the debut is just gonna be like a little bit of an addition on top of that, you know. Redeems are gonna go wild for 2.0. Yeah, so yeah, there's gonna be a lot of very high quality stuff. That's all I can really say. At least that's the hope, that the more that we do this, it's gonna be as high quality as possible. That's really all I can say for now. I mean, obviously it should be pretty high quality with how much time and effort we're going to be investing into it. Obviously that's going to be like a big thing. But yeah, no, I don't know. I'm trying not to hype myself up either, just because, I feel like the more that I hype myself up in this whole event up, like I'm worried about getting, you know, super hyped up about it and being a little bit more disappointed than I would prefer, if that makes any sense. So I'm really trying to put myself in a position where I am just like comfortable. I'm working hard for all of our goals, but I'm also not pushing myself too far into like having too many expectations, if that makes any sense. I'm off the bed because I have to get up early. Let me know if you need help with anything, Ren. I'm always happy to help off stream stuff too. Love y'all. Of course. No worries. Get some good rest, Tony. I appreciate it. Thanks for being here tonight. It really does mean a lot. Now, that is our conversation of the model itself and the 2.0 that we usually typically have. As always, we do have ads coming up, so do bear with me. If you don't want to stick around with the ads and stuff like that, you're fine. You're all good. You know, take all the time that you need, get some good rest. I appreciate it. It's not super long, but it is some time. I will also be taking a small break with you guys, so you're not really going to be losing any type of content. But thank you for your patience. And you know, for the most part, we're gonna be you know, still here. Blasted ads, exactly. Hello, what's that little thing dancing on your table, my good sir? It's basically like a mini seal, if you want to think about it like that. We call him a little wiggly, but technically he's like a seal. But yeah, the ad break will come up super soon. But yeah, just we'll give it some time. I'll be right back. I'll take a little bit of a break for the most part too, and I will be right back with you guys. And then I'll probably transition to the other conversation that I wanted to talk about. What is it called? The other conversation that I've been kind of brewing to talk about, if that makes any sense. Now, it's not something super serious, so like don't be freaked out or anything like that. It's just, you know, a conversation that I've been wanting to have for a little bit of time for the most part. Nothing crazy though, like I said before. So don't take it too seriously, you know, because it's really not that serious for like very honest things. It's really not that serious. But yeah. Is the ad break gonna start soon? It was supposed to start a little bit ago, but it is just not starting, so it's okay. I'll just stay here and keep doing this, and just chatting until it starts. Ooh, if I could figure out why my model is like freaking having issues right now. Okay, there we go. Okay, calibration was really weird there. I don't know what was going on there. Can we like fix this? There we go. That was really weird. Haven't been here this long, but this 2.0 business sounds really cool. Yeah, I mean, I think it's super cool too. I mean, it's a lot of work and effort put into it. It's a passion project of mine. You know, it's gonna be, you know, a lot of coordinating, a lot of marketing myself, a lot of potential to push myself to new heights. It's just all really exciting stuff. You know, it's the biggest thing that I'll be doing in 2025 for the most part. Oh, the ads would be here in 5 minutes. Oh, I thought they would be here a lot earlier, because they were supposed to show up earlier, unless it got like I think it could have potentially gotten snoozed, so that could have been an issue. I just don't want to start this conversation and then get interrupted by ads like, you know, halfway through. So that would just not be preferable, because then I'll just forget what I'm talking about, because that happens all the time. But yeah, no, I'm super excited for it, just because it's just a big opportunity for myself to push myself in a direction that I think is only up, you know, because, you know, I'm not gonna sit here and like say that my model isn't like good. I think that my model itself is great. Like, I think right now, what we have is perfectly fine. And I'll be honest with you, the 2.0 debut is less about the model itself. Like, it's less about like the quality improvement between the 1.0 model and the 2.0 model. Because there are VTubers that have found lots of success without like hyper expensive models, and I understand that. You know, I definitely all understand that. But for me, it's not really the quality upgrade that is most important. What is most important to me about the 2.0 debut is the fact that I have the opportunity to actually market a debut, if that makes any sense. Like, I feel like if you're a content creator and you've been in the VTubing field for a good amount of time, you know how important debuts are, and you know how much of an opportunity debuts are, especially as like high quality and as, you know, hard push this one might potentially be. You know, you understand how important they are, because that's like your first big opportunity most of the time to push yourself in a direction where you know, there could be a lot of success and big change. And so it's less about the quality upgrade. I mean, I'll be super satisfied with any type of quality upgrade itself, but if I only wanted to upgrade the quality, right, I didn't need to spend this much money. There's no reason to spend this much money if all I wanted was upgrading the quality. I want to be able to spend as much money as I can, because I think that it's an investment and an opportunity to market myself to more people. And I think the higher quality I can get it, the more people will be like, wow, this person has a really cool model and really cool assets, and they seem like they can do really, really cool stuff. And then from there, maybe I'll stop by their debut to see what they're all about, right? And if they like the debut stream, maybe I'll stick around and watch a few streams. And then once you start watching a few streams, that's when you fall into the rabbit hole. And that's usually how it goes for the most part. With that being said, the ads will be here in about 15 seconds. Once again, thank you everyone for your patience as always. Sorry for the ad break coming up, but we will be continuing our conversation after it. I will be taking a break myself, so you guys are all fine. You will miss none of this conversation. But it'll be very quick, very quick. It's very short, 3 minutes. I will, you know, take a small 3-minute break to rest up my voice, you know, go do the things that I need to do. And then I'll be back to discuss a little bit more about my future plans and other conversation topics that I feel are, you know, things that I want to address today, because there are things that I do want to address today for the most part. So yeah, you know, like, we'll be right back. Okay? It'll be very quick, very simple, very easy. Bye-bye. I will see you guys in like maybe 3 minutes or so after the ad breaks actually hit, because they have not hit yet. I always preemptively say this. A lot of times they don't actually hit yet though. So like they're you know, we might be here on like a small little intermission period before ads hit. So like take this time to like, oh, well, I'll shut up, because they're here. It's here. So yeah, give me a second. Okay, so I'm back. Sorry about that. Oh, oopsie. Stop this. Stop this. Take this. Turn that off. There we go. I'm back. Sorry. Should have done that earlier. Whoopsie. Yeah. Welcome back, everyone. Hi. What is up? I hope you enjoyed your small little ad break. Hopefully it wasn't too long. I took a little bit, of a break myself, and I stepped out of the room for a little bit, got some water, went to the bathroom, did everything that I needed to do to be a normal, functioning, well-adjusted, normal person. But hi, Corin. It is good to see you. I think we're about an hour into the stream now, so I can finally sit down and talk about this thing that I've been wanting to talk about since last night. So, brief thing that I do want to say before we start. I will be reading chat, but if I miss anything, bear with me. I'm gonna go on a very long spiel here because I'm gonna try and justify how I feel. And so I will probably read chat after I say my piece. So, definitely, I'm gonna try and basically justify how I feel, basically. So just give me some time, okay? Okay. So for those who are on the Discord, and if you're not in the Discord and you want to join the Discord, there is, the Discord is above the chat, so you can actually go do that if you want to. No pressure though. No pressure though. But okay. So to kind of ease my way into this conversation, so last night I sat down and had a conversation with not just my moderators, but I also had a conversation with Taijik. I also had a conversation with I don't know if I had this conversation with Taijik, so actually I take that back. Had this conversation with my moderators, and I had this conversation with I believe Starny, who helped out a lot with kind of guiding me through how I felt about this particular issue, just because she herself is also a content creator and stuff like that. But yeah, so the biggest thing is kind of recently in the last few weeks, I'd say maybe the last 2 to 3 weeks that I've been streaming, there's been something that's been happening a lot in my chat, and not just the chat, but also on Discord, that I'm gonna turn this music down, by the way. It's so loud. There we go. So loud. There's been something that's been happening in both my chat and on Discord that I have been a little bit iffy on to address, but it is something that I do have clearly in my rules not to do. I just don't enforce my rules a lot, just because I feel like whenever a lot of times in my head I keep thinking it's not that big of a deal, or it's like not that big of a problem, all that kind of stuff, right? I keep thinking in my head like that's just not that serious of something to address, but it has gotten to the point where it's just blatant now, and so it's like I want to just talk about it, And Lime, it is good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Welcome in. So basically, in the last few weeks or so, I've just been noticing a lot of people that I personally don't know super well, kind of doing this thing where they're basically subtly self-advertising and self-promoting. And to kind of preface this, I want to say no one is in trouble at all. This is just something that I want to clearly address, because I was told that clearly addressing it is a good thing to kind of just uphold not just my rules, but also boundaries and stuff like that, right? And so you guys already know I'm super big on uplifting others. I'm super open to promoting the people that I know, the people that I'm close to, the other types of content creators that I personally know and I've known a long time. And I've seen their content, all that kind of stuff, right? I'm very big on that, because I think it's a group effort. I do think everyone deserves a chance, if possible, to show their best selves and stuff like that. But there's been this thing going on where I've been seeing a lot of people subtly self-promote themselves in not just the Discord, but also streams and stuff. And there is like a rule against self-promotion, like on Discord and on my streams. Does that make sense? Like they're both there. And I do want to say, like, the rules that I have on stream do apply to the Discord too. And the rules that I have on Discord do apply to stream. Now, they're not like super enforced, like I said before, because I'm not that like strict on this kind of stuff, but they're there for a reason. They're there for a reason. It's the main reason why there even is a rule about self-promotion is because when you let one person do it, it basically makes it so that other people think it's okay to continue self-promoting until it becomes like a really like off-topic and spammy thing, right? And that's just not the type of like kind of environment that I want to like foster on my streams and also on Discord, if that makes super sense. I don't think anyone here really wants to just come into a stream and see like, a spam wall of like different types of, like just self-promotion and stuff. And it's like, it was blatant at first, right? Like at first it was subtle. Sorry. At first it was very subtle. And then all of a sudden it became really blatant. And that's why I've been kind of like, cause I feel like I've been too lenient on it. Right. And so like a lot of people here might just be thinking, to themselves and, it's like, well, Treat, you do just support and shout out a bunch of people, all the time. Like, why is this particularly an issue now? Like, why is that an issue now? And it's not, like I said before, I love promoting people. But the thing is, you have to think about it from my perspective. When I promote someone that I know, and I think they're great streamers, and I think, I think that I know them well enough to feel comfortable promoting them. That's a conscious decision that I make myself, and I'm comfortable with it. It's like I am making the conscious decision to support them because I know them and I know that they're good people, and good streamers. It's an issue when people think that it's okay to like advertise themselves or others when there's clear rules like against it, because you have to think about it from this perspective. Okay. Like you have to think about it from this perspective. If someone comes in and provokes someone else and that other person gets into some trouble, or they turn out to be like, they turn out to do some crazy stuff or like say some crazy stuff, that affects me because I'm, people are subtly promoting them. Does that make sense? Like if someone comes in and starts to promote themselves and they get into a huge controversy, right? That's on me now to an extent. Just because I am like a platform that is promoting, this specific individual who might have done something, not great, right? And it's just bad. It's just bad because, if I make the conscious decision to promote someone and they get into like some nasty drama, then I will take responsibility for that because I'm the one who promoted them. I'll take responsibility because I know that I did something wrong. Maybe I shouldn't be as trustworthy as, to them if something comes out that they're doing something really wrong, right? That's on me. That's on me. But obviously if something happens and this individual turns out to have done some crazy stuff in the past and I'm not the one promoting them, but people have this misconception that I am promoting them because they keep seeing it in my chat, obviously it becomes an issue, right? Because then it starts to affect me for not a decision that I make. Like you don't go to a restaurant and start promoting somebody else's restaurant. That's like the big thing, right? Like that's just not something, like it's just proper etiquette to not do that. I didn't do this when I first started streaming or growing because I just don't think it's like, a good thing to do. It's just proper etiquette. And a lot of people I feel like have similar stances. So it's nothing like crazy, issue. There's also, this is like exactly the same reason why I don't have like a self-promotion channel on like the Discord, because like I've had instances where people will only join the Discord to self-promote themselves and not contribute whatsoever. And so it leads to this like number inflation on the Discord itself, and it becomes more of a central hub to like post your own content versus like having a focus on the community that's actually there. And it's just not easy to control when that happens, because I prefer that the Discord be a space for people who genuinely actually like care for what we do and everyone else here as a community, instead of it being like for something else, if that makes any sense. And regardless of what I say, there is already clear rules against this. I'm just justifying how I feel, but like there's rules against this already. So it should have been just completely shut down before in the hindsight, but I'm just justifying how I feel, if that makes any sense. Also, Anna, it is good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Hello. And also Fluffy, hi. Another thing is I've gotten a lot of DMs from streamers' Discords where I'm in where people want me to commission them. It is not fun getting those DMs. I think that's a scam. A lot of that is like an AR or AI like scam thingy. I have a sneaky suspicion because same thing. I'll get DMs from people asking me to commission them too. And I'm just like, no, I'm so sorry, but like, I'm just not looking for art right now. And they'll come back to me every few weeks and do it. It's so crazy. Like, I don't know why that's like even a thing. And I feel bad, but also I'm just like, I feel like this is a scam. Like this is like an AI art scam or something. I'm just, cause that's just crazy to me, but I don't know. I hope you guys didn't get DMs from this server with that. If you did, message me or one of the moderators and I will like ban them, because that's crazy. Like I don't want you guys to get scammed and getting unsolicited DMs, because that's just not cool. That's a completely different thing. Yeah, no, like just watch out for that. Watch out for that. But do tell me if you do see it, or a moderator, and we'll do our best to help you guys. If you guys, like I said before, there's a lot of things that I cannot control outside of my Discord server. So if you happen to have anything happen in like DMs, I can't really control that. But what I can do is remove them from the safe space that we've created. That's something that I can do. So if you do see this, shoot us a message and we will like work with what we got to kind of come to a conclusion, but yeah, but to kind of go back to the conversation that I was having, because I just completely went into a different direction. I am completely fine with like questions about streaming or content creation or anything like that, but like the subtle self-promotion tied to it just has to go. Like I just don't want to see it anymore, because it's really tough to see it a lot of the times and feel like I can't address it because I don't want to seem harsh, if that makes any sense. Because I had a conversation with Beans last night, and I think it was a super amazing conversation. I think it was like super productive. I'm very appreciative of that conversation, because I think that it really hit the nail on kind of what is acceptable and what is not acceptable in my eyes. So I'll just run through that really quickly, because I think it's really good to reiterate, this kind of whole situation. So Beans basically, to summarize, was just like, hey, I do think that you establishing your boundaries and everything like that and upkeeping is like a good thing, right? But basically, to kind of summarize, I guess what is considered like self-promo, basically, right? And I think that's a question that a lot of people have. Like, what do you consider like subtle self-promotion, right? And I basically responded with this, it's like, basically, when you have this feeling where, and I made an analogy, basically, if you go to somebody else's restaurant, right? Like if someone went to somebody else's restaurant and started to tell them that they also run a restaurant too, and not just them, but everyone else in that restaurant, that's just bad etiquette and like kind of disrespectful, right? It's like if I wanted to promote those that I'm close to or know well, that's a completely different story. And so like for me, I'm a streamer at the end of the day, right? Streaming is my kind of the thing that I focus on and I think is like most important to me and this community. So if somebody comes in and starts talking about like, hey, you know, like if they start talking about like their artwork and like what they do for their living and art and stuff like that, that's not an issue. That I wouldn't consider that like a self-promotion that I really care about. Because like you're just advertising your art and that you do art. And I'm fine with that because I'm not an artist. Does that make sense? It's like there's nuances to this kind of stuff. Now, if somebody comes in and say like, oh, they also stream and then that like you should check out their streams and stuff like that, I have a little bit more like kind of, you know, I think that's a little bit more disrespectful for me because I'm a streamer, right? But if somebody comes in and says like, oh, I do art and this and that, unless it's not like super intrusive, I'm usually like think that's like super cool because at the end of the day, that's not something that I do, if that makes any sense. So it's like, even if, you know, yeah, you know, like it's different, you know? And something else that was like said basically was, I know in some streams there have been a lot of talk about how to start stream or how to do things for stream. Would those kind of topics be gone too? In some ways, they're subtle self-promotions, right? Unless they directly ask, how do you, as a streamer, put your overlays together or something like that. But I basically responded to that by saying like, at the end of the day, it's about how you present yourself. So like, if someone asked me basically in a very genuine way, okay, like, you know, how do you do this and this for streams, right? In a very genuine way because they value my experience or want an actual answer, I'm fine with that. That's completely cool. I'm down to share information that like, none of this is gate-kept stuff. I'm just sharing experiences, information, stuff like that, right? These are genuine questions that people have. There is a difference between saying like, hey, Tree, I have a question about how to start streams or how to do certain things for streams. Like, do you have any advice? That's fine. That's cool. I'm totally down for that. I will answer that question, you know, like I will answer that question 24/7. Like I am fine with that. I love answering questions. Versus Treat, man, I suck at starting my streams or doing something for my stream, for my own streams, right? That's not a question. And typically, that's unprompted. If we're having a conversation about cats and dogs, and somebody starts saying like, man, I suck at streaming. You know, my streams suck, and I don't know what I'm doing with my own streams. That's usually completely out of the blue. That's not like a question of how am I going to improve? You know, like that's not a question of like asking me something, you know, that like that's just a statement. And I don't know why like you're coming into somebody else's chat saying that in the first place. And this has happened before. It's like subtly saying like, oh, I stream too. Right? Like it's basically saying it in a way where it's like, you're not asking a question anymore. You're not asking a question anymore. That's the thing. If it's framed as a question, I don't care. I will sit there and I will explain it to you in a way that I think makes sense. Right? It's just like, I think that's just the best way of looking at it is like, are you coming into this? It's like your intent. It's like your intent. There we go. That's a good word. It's your intent. What is your intentions? Is your intent to learn? If you are, you know, if you have the intentions to get certain advice from me because you respect me and you think that, you know, there is like, you know, valuable knowledge that I have that you might actually, you know, think will be useful to you, I am totally down to talk about it. I don't gatekeep this kind of information. You know, if you want to learn how to stream, if it's not super basic questions that you could find on YouTube, because if it's a super basic question that you can find on YouTube, I'm going to teach you how to go on YouTube and how to search up that question so that somebody more qualified than me can teach you, right? If you have a question about how does Streamlabs work, I'm gonna reference you to a video on how does Streamlabs work. But if you have a personalized question of, Treat, how do you do your just chatting streams? Or Treat, how was your experience doing your model? Like something more personalized, right? Then I am going to sit here and I will explain that to you for 30 minutes. That's how I usually do things. And so like I said before, there's a clear difference between being curious and wanting to know some knowledge versus like saying statements where it's hinting that I also stream, but it's not like, because I've gotten people who come in and they're just like, I'm a streamer too, you should come watch me, or I'm streaming right now too, right? Like that in and of itself is not, that's super blatant, right? That's obviously not okay. But then I've been getting smaller comments. Yeah, no, exactly. What Muck says is perfect. This is the bad example, I've been getting a lot of these like kind of like subtle kind of, I also stream too, but I'm like trying to hide it so that it's not technically like self-promotion, but like if somebody reads it, they'll like kind of check me out, etc, just to see like, what I'm talking about kind of thing. And it's just, it feels bad. Like I would prefer people to just blatantly self-promote because I can just like warn you. Whenever I see things like a little bit more subtle, it makes me feel bad because I'm just like, I don't know if you're being genuine or not. And I don't know if you're like actually asking me a question, because I don't like punishing people for, because I can't obviously know people's intentions. So like, if you for example, Muck's example, great example. Hey, Ren, I'm curious about how you handle chat and maintain conversation to draw in new viewers. Any tips? Perfect. I love that. That is a great question. I'll sit down, talk about that all day. How I do things. Bad example. Geez, Ren, you're so good at keeping up with chat. I wish I could do that with my chat, but no one seems to stick around and be vocal in my streams. It's just a bad way of putting it. Like, there's two ways that I can interpret that bad example. I could lean towards the good way of, okay, since you have that problem, let me explain to you how to improve that, right? But you're not but that's not like asking me for advice, that you're just saying a statement. So if I look at it from another angle, that's self-promotion. It's like baiting. Yeah, no, it's baiting. And it's like, I feel bad. Because I'm just like, I don't know their intentions. Like, is their intention to get genuine information out of me? And if it is, I would love to give it. But what if it's not? Because there was one time we had a chat and it was an hour chat. It was an hour chat of someone asking me questions about streaming. And at the end of it, it was like, I'm also streaming right now. Like, what? It's like, I can't tell when someone's baiting me. And so it's like, I just feel bad. Let me keep up with chat here. Sorry. I'm finally done with my little rant. So I'm gonna scroll up and actually start reading the chat. Streamer etiquette, guys, no self-promoting. Treat and mods are the only one who should be promoting in here and in the Discord. Yes, at the end of the day, that's it. If you want a TLDR, me and the moderators should be the only people doing this. To also jump into this, there is also a rule at the top of my rules. Do not bring up other streamers unless Ren mentions them first. I have never been strict on this rule, right? But I want you to know that exists for this very reason. Sometimes people will talk about streamers I don't know who they are, okay? Sometimes, there will be times where, it complicates things because a lot of times I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know them as people or as content creators. It just completely blindsides me sometimes. I don't know how to handle it. And a lot of people have this very specific rule for very specific reasons. No one has been in trouble for doing that because 99% of the time, the people you bring up, I know and I've interacted with, and I'm fine with that, right? But it's just there and it exists, if that makes any sense. But yeah, you know, that's one thing that I wanted to mention. But you know, that was very quick. Dunn says, not even just promoting yourself. Streamer etiquette includes not promoting somebody else, regardless of where you are. It's disrespectful, which is true. You know, there is an etiquette of like, if you're not going to promote yourself, if you start talking about another streamer in somebody else's chat, it just feels bad. Like, for example, I've gotten this before. It makes me feel really bad. But I'm not going to say, like, because no one here has been in trouble for doing that. But, like, I'll occasionally have someone new say this, and it just makes me feel bad. Because I'm just like, I don't know what to say in response to that. Like, what do you want me to say? You know? I'll have this thing where some people will come in and be like, all right, you're cool, I like your stream, but I'm gonna go watch my other VTuber slash streamer that just went online. And like, I read this and I'm just like, okay, cool. So how do you want me to respond to that? Don't go? Please stay? Or just cool? Like, how do you want me to how do you want me to respond to that? Like, why would somebody say that? I don't know. And I've seen it multiple times, and I'm just like, what am I, like, chopped liver? Like, am I supposed to respond? Like, how am I supposed to respond to that? That's like crazy. Anita, it's good to see you. And Cheetle, it's good to see you too. Welcome in. We're just having a small little conversation. Sorry if things are a little bit picking up, a little bit ranty right now, but I apologize. But yeah, no, like, that's just, you know, Eliza Blue Love, thank you for the follow, really do appreciate it. Welcome into the stream. My name is Treats, otherwise known as Ren Nezumi. I'm a capybara VTuber who runs the CAPYBARA. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate it. But yeah, welcome in. Let me just catch up with this chat right now. Another thing that I've already addressed this. It's the whole DMs thing. Like I said before, if you're in my Discord server and you get DMs from people trying to get, like, wanting you to commission them for art, those are like 70% of the time scams. Don't do it. And if it's from my server, tell me and other mods and we'll get rid of them so that we don't have that issue. But, you know, that's my TLDR on that one. So yeah. Let's see. Hi, Ren in chat. Sorry I missed so much of stream. I was at family dinner for my father's birthday, New Year's. How is everyone doing? I'm doing very good, Visakai. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. That was very slow and very late, but I apologize for that. Let's see. As an artist, it is almost like someone else putting their socials on your canvas. Like, why are you putting that here of all places? Which is true, honestly. People do that can create a sense of competition or seem like preying on the audience another person has put the work into building. Plus, if someone tries to draw attention to yourself or especially away from the other streamer in the latter's community / chat, that's a problem, which I agree, Roman. Thank you. I appreciate that. In very blatant terms, a streamer's stream is about the streamer and not you. For the most part, yes. I think that's a good way of putting it, very blatantly, without a lot of the, you know, fuzz that I put around it sometimes, because I do try and skirt around issues sometimes because I feel bad about directly saying certain things, because I understand the frustration. I have been a sub 10 viewer, you know, streamer. I have had periods of time where I've only had 5 to 10 people watching for years, you know, like this was not like, I have been in positions where, you know, I get the stress of streaming sometimes, because you want to grow and you want to, you know, be a streamer and all that kind of stuff. I get it, but there are certain ways to do things that I feel like are just a lot more proper than, you know, doing what some of the other stuff that I've seen. Snow, thank you for the follow. I really do appreciate it. Welcome into the stream. My name is Tree, otherwise known as Ren Nezumi. I'm a capybara VTuber who runs the CAPYBARA. I hope you're doing absolutely amazing and welcome into the stream. We're just having a quick conversation. You know, I apologize, you know, for all of that, but it is all good. I'm very sorry, but is profanity and things along the lines banned here? I want to make sure before I start dropping F-bombs. There are no rules against profanity, But obviously this is like a common sense thing, right? So like my audience is mixed aged. So what that means is we don't talk about age here because that's just not something that I can really deal with. I just, it's just hard to know with this kind of stuff because there's no like age restrictions and stuff like that. So, from a moral point of view, it's probably not good to just shoot it out, right? Like crazy, because you don't know who's listening and who's watching. That's why I try and control myself the best that I can. But technically, there's no rules against it. So if you just, I'll sometimes play a game and say fuck. And sometimes I'll play a game and I'll say shit. These are not rules that I'm like against. Like these are not words that I care about that, like I don't care about if someone says like the F word once or twice, because I say it all the time, right? But I'm not gonna sit here and say like, 10 curse words in the span of like 1 minute because I can, right? Like that's not how I'm gonna portray myself, because I know like my audience is a little bit more mixed. So you don't know, like, I just want to present the best version of myself the way that I can, if that makes any sense. And from a moral standpoint, I would prefer people to do the same in chat, just because you never know who's reading it. Like at the end of the day, you never know who's reading. You could be influencing someone in a way that you have no clue. But yeah, that's that whole thing. I think I made myself pretty clear about that, if that makes any sense. Always try to read the rules before even chatting. Make sure I know what not to do, which, that's fair, and I really appreciate that. Let's see. Wait, that's actually low-key rude. Like, imagine you say that to someone IRL, like, hey, we're talking, but actually this other person is also talking, so I'm gonna stop talking with you mid-conversation and go talk to them. And yeah, no, that's exactly how it is. And it's just very blatant at times, and it's like it will come from people where I'm just like, I never thought that it would come from sometimes, and I'm just like, okay, well, I mean, like, I'm not gonna punish you for it because you can do whatever you want in your free time. Like I said before, I am one of thousands of streamers and VTubers out there, and I don't believe myself to be any more talented or special than any of them. I just stream because I want to create a safe space. I want to interact with people, and I want to treat them with the respect that they deserve in my streams and do the things that I do on my streams. If you don't like what I do, if you find it boring, if you find it not entertaining, that's completely fine. That's your opinion. That's your, you can feel any way that you want to feel. And I totally respect how you feel, because that's just your taste in content. That's just what you want to do in your free time. But blatantly saying stuff like that to me, it kind of hurts my feelings a little bit, because it's just like, well, like, I'm not perfect for everyone, but it's like, you can do whatever you do. Just, why say it to my face if you're not trying to get a reaction from me? Because how am I supposed to respond to that? Am I supposed to beg you to stay? Am I supposed to, like, say something bad about this other streamer that you brought up? Like, like, am I supposed to say something backhanded? Like, I don't know what the expectation is there. I'm just gonna say like, okay, cool, and just move on. That's all I can really say. Like, that's just crazy. And it's just like, I just feel a lot more. Sometimes I do feel like I let a lot more things slide just because of the sole reason of, like, I still feel like I'm in like a growing phase, and I do feel like I want to portray myself the best way that I can without like just bringing a lot of negative energy into streams. Like, even me having this conversation itself already feels bad, to me at least, because it feels very negative energy-ish, right? And so I just feel bad talking about these type of things, because it's just like, I'm not trying to tell you guys that I've seen you do it, or I'm disappointed, or like this is like a big issue. Like, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just trying to like be clear with my boundaries, but it's hard to do that sometimes without feeling bad, because I don't want people to think that you know, there's like, this is like a rampant issue, or like this is like, you know, like I'm super upset, or like I'm calling people out. This is not a call out post. This is not, this is not a stream where I'm calling and I'm saying names and stuff like that. I don't remember 99% of the names of, or 100% of these incidences. I've just seen it in my chat over time, and it's becoming worse and worse over time. And so it's just something I want to address. That's about it. There's no actual name calling or anything like that, if that makes any sense. Hi, Honey Buns. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Welcome into the stream. Hi. Unfortunately, a lot of people do things along the lines of mentioning they're leaving or sneaking away. Most do this for the attention it gets them or the satisfaction when they get a streamer to beg/ask them to stay. Sometimes, yes, people don't mean to do this, but if you're gonna leave, please do it quietly, which is true. Like I said before, you guys are all individuals who, you know, consume content the way that you like to consume content. You can do whatever you want to do to make yourself comfortable. But like I said before, always try not to make other people uncomfortable. You have the freedom, because you're an independent, free-thinking individual, to do whatever you want. But at the end of the day, I would prefer you not to ruin other people's experiences too, alongside that. You know, and so, you know, at the end of the day, the intention that people do when they say stuff like that, the intention is to get attention, right? And so it's a little rough to see, you know, it's a little rough to see. Let's see. Wish I could stay longer, but my data might explode. I hope everyone has a great stream and a great time zone. Thank you, Visakai. Thanks for sticking around. I appreciate it. Hopefully your data is okay. Pro tip, if you want to watch another streamer say something like lurk, gotta be distracted for a bit, or gotta go for now, see you later. Exactly. Honestly, you don't even have to do that if you want to. You can leave at any time. I mean, am I gonna be sad? Obviously, I like talking with everyone here, but like I said before, you're free thinking. You have, you know, control and freedom to do whatever you want. You know, you don't even have to lurk or make up a reason or say anything. If you're not feeling comfortable with today's topic, you're not feeling comfortable with today's stream, you're upset with me for whatever reason. Maybe something I said, how I portrayed myself, you know, you found out that, you know, something deeply personal about me that you just feel disgusted by and you hate me for whatever reason. Who knows? Don't have to say a thing. You can do what is best for you and tune out. You know, that is, I totally understand. And this is why I'm always, you know, this is why I'm always like super open about this kind of stuff, because I stream because I enjoy streaming and I enjoy putting this kind of content in front of you guys and kind of being able to do what I do to provide like this for you. If someday you're just not feeling it and you're just not feeling what I say and stuff like that, yeah, no, that's completely fine. And I totally understand, you know, like these type of things, you know, and like not everything is for everyone. And I get that. And that's all cool. You know, there's no worries about that. Let's see. Yeah, as many know here, I swear pretty often, but it's usually tasteful. Correct me if I'm wrong. Just know your audience and try not to swear at people either, or even abbreviate it, like, you know, yeah. Yeah, you know, like I said before, swearing is all cool. I don't really mind it. I swear. I think everyone swears. I mean, it's a very generalized thing now. I feel like a lot of my like my parents especially, and like the older generation of people obviously find swearing a little bit more distasteful. But that's not, you know, I'm not them. And I swear too. I swear with my friends. I swear when I play games, etc., etc. There's nothing wrong with swearing. It is just, do you use, you know, it's like just being conscious of what other people think too, because you never know, you know. You can swear in the privacy of your own home and of your own friend groups and stuff like that. But when you're in a public setting, because this is technically a public setting, you know, like you don't think about it, but would you scream profanities in a room with 40 people in real life? I know you're not in front of everyone here, but would you do that? You know, and it's just having common sense and tact, I guess you could say. There's nothing wrong with swearing at the end of the day, because this is Twitch and a chat. But it's just understanding and having a little bit of common sense with certain things, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I think that's a perfect way of going about it. Just being responsible. You don't, it's just being responsible with your language. Exactly. Yeah, like there are situations where I think cursing is fine, and just recognizing those situations is great. Let's see. It's not rude to dip out to go to another chat, and it's not rude to say I'm gonna head out, but it is rude and pretty insulting to say, hey, you're gonna go on the back burner because there's someone I like more than you. Which, exactly. I've pretty much hit the head with it, or the nail on the head with it for the most part. I like to hear you setting your boundaries. When you don't have this type of conversation with communities, it will seem that you don't really see what is happening in it. Yeah, so I have this issue, and I will be pretty open about my issues here. I have this issue of being a little bit too attached and a little bit too, okay, I've said this before. Let me actually give a little bit more information. Okay, sorry. I know I keep interrupting myself, but it's pretty important for me to say what I say. There is a whole conversation of parasocialism between a viewer and a streamer. So like usually people will talk about how a viewer feels about a streamer, parasocial wise, right? We all know this conversation. Bunch of streamers have talked about it. It's, it's smart to be at least recognize when stuff like this happens, parasocialism and stuff like that. No one talks about the flip side of it because it exists and no one talks about it. It's when a streamer starts to become a little bit parasocial towards their community. And not like this can happen. And I've caught myself a lot of times doing like this very thing where I have found myself too overly attached, which is not a bad thing in particular, but I do find myself too overly attached. And it becomes sometimes an issue. And people don't talk about this because usually it's not a conversation that people talk about, because the most people who talk about parasocialism are streamers, and no one likes to talk bad about themselves or how they also suffer from the same issue, right? But it is a genuine thing. Like, as a streamer, you can become parasocial towards your community. This is a real thing. I'm not making this up because, it's just like a conversation thing. Like, this is a genuinely real thing, if that makes any sense. There is a level of parasocialism that a streamer will experience towards their community, because at the end of the day, they are spending hundreds of hours with them over, spans of months and years and stuff like that. And you start to develop stronger feelings towards your community as a whole. So, it feels bad, I guess you could say, if it just feels bad if things happen in your community, you start to not see like people you're used to seeing, or you feel like you're close with certain members in certain, your community as a whole, but then obviously maybe that's not the case, things like, it's the same traps that kind of plague just the flip side of things, like when viewers are parasocial, same traps, and it's just a conversation to really think about though sometimes, because it's like you have to catch yourself with these type of things. Also, Haunt, thank you for the follow. I really do appreciate it. Welcome into the stream. My name is Tree, otherwise known as Ren Nezumi. I'm a Capybara VTuber who runs the CAPYBARA. It's good to have you here. Currently just having a lot of deep conversations about streaming, myself, communities, etc., because I think it's an interesting conversation to talk about. Also setting my boundaries with certain things. But I appreciate it. Thank you for being here. Sorry for very deep conversations. It's important to express your boundaries though, otherwise you could fall into a situation where people take advantage of it and then it's harder to manage, or it could harm you more, which I agree. That's a great way of putting it. Let's see. Got my new phone case in the mail yesterday. It is a white with rose gold around it, which is cool. Glad to hear that. Most, let's see. We actually read this stuff. Nice to meet you. Saw your recommendations. Saw you on recommendations, and I love Cappies. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for your first time chat. Sorry, I'm a little bit behind on chat, so do bear with me, and I will definitely get there. But thanks. It's very nice to meet you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Parasocial relationships between streamers and viewers would be a very interesting psychological study to have and read up on. Yes, I think that's super interesting. Because like I said before, no one really talks about like how a streamer feels about their community sometimes, and how that can be slightly parasocial versus like, you know, some people will talk about like, oh, you know, like streamers will always talk about this too. And I've seen this all the time. It's like, oh my gosh, I like, you know, blah, 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 blah. Had this very parasocial event where, you know, I talked about like this one thing, and somebody in my community was super upset that I talked about it because of like this so-called parasocial reasoning, right? You'll see this all the time. But no one talks about the flip side of things. Like no one talks about how, like, you know, a streamer feels, like how they can feel parasocial. Because the whole definition of being parasocial is like it's a relationship developed without the other party's knowledge, right? Most of the time. And it usually happens online. You know, you watch your favorite celebrity and you feel close to your celebrity, that you know, your favorite celebrity, because people will do news articles on them, and they'll post videos about them, and you feel close to them because you know their, you know, personal habits, you know what they like eating, you know what games they like playing, what kind of, you know, things they do in their free time, because that is all public knowledge. And, you know, that's like put into, you know, that's put into your face basically, right? And you consume it and you think you're really close to them because you know all this miscellaneous information about them, right? But you don't actually know them, and they don't actually know you. Well, you know them, but they don't know you, right? And it's like, you'll see that with like streaming, where some viewers, you know, on the very extreme end will do the same thing. But no one talks about like when a streamer does the same thing too. Because a streamer can have exactly the same thing happen. You know, in a hypothetical situation, if for example, let's say, pick a name out of chat, Dunce. There you go. If I learned about you over a span of 1 month's time, I'd have never actually talked to you, like, you know, face to face, or even on a call on Discord, right? Or like, I've never even heard your voice, but I've learned about you over time in chat, for example. And I feel, let's just say, I know you super duper well, for example, right? Like, just, this is a hypothetical situation, right? That's technically parasocial. Because I don't know you. I've never really talked about you. You know what I mean when I say that? How like as a you know, as a viewer, or as like a streamer, like basically to like I said, you know, like a streamer can be parasocial with people too. But no one talks about it because it's not a normal conversation that streamers like to talk about, if that makes sense. Because no one likes to talk about how attached they are to something, because it can open up like floodgates for something different. I can't imagine what I'm about to ever say happening, but I theoretically love to listen to multiple streamers discuss / have a conversation about this like podcast style, because now that you mention it, I am really curious. Yo, like, yeah, it's really interesting stuff. I think in terms of parasocial relationships, it's important to remember that we only know what the other person tells us and portrays themselves as. It's not like we are IRL friends that can observe and understand the other person. I think a lot of people fall into the hole of wanting to believe everything the other person says, but this is the internet and people lie all the time. I see this a lot in the K-pop community too. It's unfortunately not just exclusive to streamer and their chats, which, you know, is fair. And thank you for sharing your experience of seeing it in a different type of community. But yeah, you know, like, it's very interesting. I just joined in and it got real serious. Hi, Steph. Hello. I'm so sorry if the conversation is a little bit more serious tonight. I have just like, I just find this all very interesting, and I don't know if you guys find it just as interesting as me, because it went from talking about and setting my own boundaries with both streaming and just like kind of the things that I've seen in chat, and how I feel towards certain events. But now we're kind of jumping on to like actually very interesting topics that I feel like aren't talked about a lot. So I really think it's cool, if that makes any sense. Just very interesting, just very, very interesting stuff. Can someone explain parasocial? I'm curious. Yeah. So Hypno explained it super well. It is basically a relationship that is one-sided from one party to the other, but it's one-sided. And it usually happens to celebrities, you know, big celebrities or people who portray themselves online, right? If that makes any sense. It's like when one person feels like they really, really know someone, but the other person doesn't know who they are. And like the initial person got most of their information online, because that's usually how these quote unquote one-sided relationships develop, right? Typically. I'm just bringing up the contrary to what most people will say is a parasocial relationship, is when a viewer is parasocial towards their streamer. What if there are cases of a streamer being parasocial towards their community and people in their community? Because I will admit it, there are times where I personally will feel strongly about my community, because it's just like, I put a lot of focus in streaming. I put a lot of like thought, effort, time into streaming. And the only reason, and I always say this, but the only reason why, what makes a streamer is their chat and their community. If it wasn't for their chat and their community, a streamer would not be as much of a streamer as they were, because, how they portray themselves, how they do things in their chat and all their streams, a lot of times has, their community has a effect on that. I like to think that I'm a free thinker, and that I do what I want to do in my chats and in my streams, right? But I know a lot of people here prefer just chatting streams. So a big reason why I do more just chatting streams is because, one, I like doing them. That's the first thing. But two, people like listening to just chatting streams. So it's like, I'm open to doing more of them because you guys like it. But if, obviously, if, let's just say, for example, you guys didn't prefer just chatting streams and you wanted me to play Minecraft all the time, I might play a little bit more Minecraft than I would normally, just because that's what my community wants. And so, it's a valid way of looking at things. I know some streamers hate this. Some streamers hate like thinking like, I'm not gonna name anybody because like this is just way in my past, and I don't wanna like bring this up into my own mind. But some streamers hate being defined by their community. But at the end of the day, the content that you do, how people know you, those who support you, they are your community. And they, as a VTuber, as a streamer, as someone who does social media, as an internet, personality, you should love and cherish your community, because they're the only reason why you can do the things that you do. Yum Yum Uni, I hope you're doing well. Thank you for your first time chat. Just checking Twitch VTuber I came across too. So hello. Hi, it's very good to have you here. Thank you so much for the first time chat, like I said. My name is Treat, otherwise known as Ren Nezumi. I'm a Capybara VTuber who runs the Cafe Bara. It's very nice to have you here. Hi, it's very nice to meet you. But yeah, and also Shane, it's good to see you too. Hello. But like I said, bro, that was a very deep conversation. It is a very deep conversation. Like I said before, as a streamer and as someone who's been doing this for 4 years now, 4.5, something like that, I can safely say that no matter if you're doing YouTube, TikTok, anything content creation based, the only reason why a social media, personality slash presence can do what they do and be who they are is because there are people in their community that support them. That's the pure definition of doing this kind of stuff. And so if it wasn't for your community, you would not be at the position that you are now. I'm not trying to invalidate your efforts. I never want to invalidate people's efforts. I think a lot of people put lots of effort into their streaming and their content creation, and I'm not trying to invalidate it. But the effort that you put into your streaming and your content creation is to cultivate your community. That is the culmination of what you do. Okay? So don't say that your community doesn't matter to you and that your content is the only reason why you're in the position that you are, because you're like, sure, yes, it's true that it is your content that puts you into the position that you are, but also it's that same content that brings your community around to you. If your community didn't like your content, they wouldn't be there and you wouldn't be in the position that you are. It is a connection thing. It is a circle. Good content equals people like watching it. People like watching it. People like you. People want to join your community, and that perpetuates your good content. And that good content reaches more people, and more people like the content that you do, and they join your community, and it becomes a self-sustaining cycle. And this is why the longer you do this and the bigger your community is over time, the easier it is to grow. Because it is a self-fulfilling circle, and it is just how it is. Personally, I do not think that individuals getting attached to each other is necessarily parasocial, i.e. a streamer and chatter. I think it's human nature to get somewhat attached to people you see all the time, whether it be in chat, on Discord, etc. It's like when friends meet on social media and those friendships last years and years. It's when it becomes an unhealthy ideology towards another individual that it is, in my opinion, it becomes parasocial. Exactly. Also, we have ads. Sorry, I'll be right back. Sorry. Wait, am I not muted? Oh, sorry. All right, all right, all right. How was your... Oh. All right, all right, all right. How was your little bit of an ad break? Thank you for your patience, everyone. I'm so sorry that we had issues there with ads just randomly coming up. I apologize for that. Very unfortunate timing. But I was about to go on another deep spiel. I agree with what Hypno said, and let me just explain and or restate what Hypno said. I personally do not think that individuals getting attached to others or to each other is necessary parasocial, i.e. a streamer and chatter. I think it's human nature to get somewhat attached to people you see all the time, whether it be in chat, on Discord, etc. It's like when friends meet on social media and those friendships last years and years. It's when it becomes an unhealthy ideology towards that other person that, in my opinion, it becomes parasocial. And I agree. I think that is completely understandable. I don't think there's anything wrong with getting to know people online over time and getting to know people that you enjoy hanging out with in chats and stuff over a longer period of time. I don't believe that to be particularly parasocial either. It becomes an issue when you hold too strong of feelings that it starts to interfere with your quality of life and your daily living. Now, what do I mean by that? What do I mean by that when I say that? Well, those are just words that I'm regurgitating, What does that mean? When you are online friends with somebody, but you don't know them super well, and you send them a message, and they don't respond to you because they're busy with life or they're busy with other things, and you feel bad about it. You feel super bad about it. Why are they not responding, etc., etc.? That's not a good thing. That's not a particularly good thing, and there's a reason why. There's a reason why. Also, thank you for the first time chat. Hi, Preston. Welcome in. My name is Treat, otherwise known as Ren Nezumi. I'm a capybara VTuber who runs the CAPYBARA. But yeah, when a connection with you feels, how would you say, it harms you in a certain way and it makes your quality of life worse, that's when it becomes an issue, It mainly, like, I'm trying to give, like, an example, right? Let's just say, like, what's an example that would make sense? Let's just say I sent a message to Starny, okay? And she doesn't respond to it because, for whatever reason in her life, she's just busy. She could be busy. She could be doing other stuff, hanging out with friends, whatever. And I feel bad about it, and I feel like I deserve a response back. That, in and of itself, is unhealthy. And that's where it starts to become parasocial. Because, one, I don't know her, like, in real life. I've only known her through streaming. And I've only known her through, the small chats that we do have outside of streams. None of that, like, this is just a hypothetical situation. I'm just saying, like if a situation makes you feel bad with another individual online and you feel like your quality of life is worse because you're brewing over it, it's probably parasocial to an extent, especially if you don't know them super well. That's an issue, right? That is where it makes sense. Can I order a coffee? Yeah, of course you could. Sorry I missed your message though. I think it is a matter of reciprocation, and that's definitely not anything super objective or solidly defined, but it depends whether or not it's a kind of one-way street connection, which makes sense. I think that's fair. And Shugi, it's good to see you too. Hi, director. Can I get a shout out? Don't actually think there's any mods, so I will actually do that myself. Understand SEUGY. There we go. Cool. Also, there is a difference between fan service content and parasocial content. It is one thing to remember things, care about an individual to make them feel special, and actually catering to the delusion that a fan might have about you. That's an interesting conversation that I feel like I don't know if I should talk about it or not on stream personally, because a lot of people don't like hearing that conversation because it ruins the fantasy, I guess you could say. I guess I'll talk about it because I just usually talk about things. I don't really care about the ramifications. Yes, there is a difference between if I cater to fan service content or if it's like parasocial and stuff like that, right? Um, for example, for example, um, in a hypothetical situation, if I was an 18 plus, if I was an 18 plus streamer, I'm not, but assuming that I am an 18 plus streamer, and I lean into content that's a little bit more explicit, and I reciprocate a lot of more of the flirty slash like kind of heavy, kind of leaning into that kind of stuff in chat, right? That's a persona that I would play. You know, that's a persona that I would play. That's the fantasy of the stream. That's the fantasy of the content. It's one thing for a viewer to consume that content and feel like, yeah, I like that. You know, like I like that my streamer is reciprocating that kind of content with me. But, you know, a lot of them understand that at the end of the day, this is a character. This is what this streamer slash VTuber is providing me as entertainment. And that is all it is at the end of the day. You consume that, you're happy with it, and it's, you know, it's like the fantasy of you know, it's the fantasy of being able to interact with a character that you find cool and attractive on screen, without any strings attached, right? You know that as a viewer, you go into stream, they, you know, reciprocate this with you, you have a fun time, and when stream ends, you're done. That's it. That's the appeal. Now, it becomes very parasocial and an issue when you take that outside of streams. When you take that outside of streams and you start DMing your 18 plus, you know, flirty streamer crazy things, about how you love them and you would love to spend the rest of your life with them, and that, you know, I am your, you know, this and that, that is an interesting conversation that I feel like would reasonably freak a lot of people out. If that makes sense. If, for example, someone you didn't know started to spam you in DMs, would you not be a little bit freaked out? Let's be real here. Come on. But this is a conversation that I feel like everyone will hate me for saying, because, you know, I am immersion breaking it, and there's a lot of people who hate that. So if you do, I apologize. But like I said before, there is a, you know, I just talk about it without thinking about the ramifications, on how that will affect me as a streamer. But it's okay, because I'm not a 18 plus flirty, you know, fan service content creator. Funny. But yeah, you know, that's a great conversation. Honestly, it's such a good conversation. Because I'll see it happening and I feel so bad, because it's just like, ugh, it's a lot to go through for example. Healthy example. Wild Treat seems like such a chill guy. I really like his streams. It's a lot of fun. Unhealthy example. I want to see and talk to Treat again. He's the only friend I have. I want to DM him all the time, and if he doesn't respond, it will ruin my day. Yup. You guys have no clue how much that happens to me and the other people that I know. You guys have no clue how much that happens. And I always feel bad, because I'm also just like, I love you guys as a community. I love you guys as people who enjoy my content, but also like, I just feel really sad when I see stuff like that, because I'm just like, you know, like at the end of the day, it's like, I wish I could do more, but I just can't, you know, like it's just, it scares me a little bit. Yeah. Oh my god. Long story short, just don't be delusional. I mean, like, there's nothing wrong with being delusional while you're on stream and you're enjoying the content that you enjoy. But it's like when you take it to the next level and you think there's more there than it is, and the fantasy of what is on stream grows to consume your life and your thoughts. It's crazy. Because you have to think about this. Think about this. If you obsessed over an anime character or a fictional character or other like things that don't have real people behind them, that's fine. Because that's your choice, and the other person is not an actual entity that can make that could be have their lives kind of influenced, if that makes sense. So like if I, for example, as an example, to give you guys, you know, an actual example, if I love Goku from Dragon Ball Z and I want to be delusional about Goku from Dragon Ball Z, a lot of people are, okay? There's a lot of people who are. That's okay. You know why? Because Goku from Dragon Ball Z does not exist as a real person. Now, I say that and somebody's about to say in my chat, but he does exist. But he does exist. Goku, he does exist. He does. He was in my room last night. Well, why was he in your room last night? You might be delusional, but that's crazy. But he does. Okay. But you know, you get what I'm saying. They're fictional characters. So if you want to, you know, feel the way that you do about a fictional character, that's fine. But streamers and VTubers, we're real. Yeah, I know. Treat real? Is Treat real? Yes, Treat is a real person with real feelings, and I you know, I have a soul, I have a body, and I have a brain. Okay, I am here and I am a real individual. So there's a difference between being delusional about an actual person and being delusional about a fictional character. Because I'm a free-thinking, you know, red-blooded capybara. I'm a real entity, okay? And it's a little rough. It's a little rough. Yeah, Treat's real. Crazy, guys. Using DMs/comments is a perfect example of this. When people have an outsized reaction to someone not responding the way you wanted. Yeah. It is like the meta versus opposed to suspension of belief, which is true. Hi, Corbs. It's good to see you. Yeah, we're just talking about a bunch of different things. Just because someone provides specific content that tailors to a specific community does not mean that you have the right to demand attention from them, which is true. Sometimes immersion breaking needs to happen to have this not happen. Please talk about this more. Thank you. Hi, Waffle. It's good to see you. It's good to have you here. I hope you're doing well. Parasocial stuff is icky. I feel bad for anyone who has experienced it. Oh yeah, I've definitely seen it. Fan service. Ren marrying me and Muck on stream. Parasocial. Me going to Ren's DMs and telling him that I swear I'm not cheating on him and that I could never love anyone more than him. Yeah? Yeah? Yeah, I mean, yeah. Guys, Gojo was in my room last night. That's crazy. Ignoring someone else's autonomy because you want them to feed in, or you want it to feed into your fantasy when they're not playing into it explicitly and intentionally will never be okay. Yeah, you know, yeah. Exactly. Many people tend to depersonalize VTubers. Oh, yeah. Guys, I've talked about this before in the past, but like, I would say that this is parasocial in a sense. It's one thing to come to my DMs and just be like, hey, I love your content. I think you do a great job at what you do, and I really appreciate being a part of your streams, and you know, being a part of your chat and your community, right? And you know, I love that. That's such a kind message. Like, I'll respond if I have time, and if I don't respond, just know that I've read it, because I will react to your message with a little like emoji, and it's like really cute, and that's just like, I love you guys for saying stuff like that. But then, you know, there are times where I'll see this and I'll be like, oh, you know, I'll actually send a message, and I'll be like, hey, thank you so much for, you know, like your kind message. I'm really glad that you enjoy streams and you enjoy being a part of this community. You know, this is exactly the type of thing that I would love to perpetuate. And then they say it, and then they send me a picture of their nudes, unsolicited. Unsolicited. Is that Riz? No, it is not. It is not Riz. No. That is not Riz. That is not Riz. That is not Riz, okay? That is harassment. There is a reason, there is a reason why I made a rule a while back, and I will go back to this. Okay? I specifically made this rule. This was what is this date? The 10th? Or wait, when was this? 1st, 12, 11, October 20th, 2024 at 11:38 a.m. This was a few months ago. I said, adding an additional rule. Please do not send me friend requests on Discord. It is hard to keep up with the volume. Plus, I have been sent some crazy stuff through DMs. Since I've made that rule, my friend requests have still been pending. They are still pending. I still get more every day. Someone even tried to call me on Discord. I digress. No one reads the rules. It's fine. Hi, Rai. I hope you're doing well. But yes, this is like very normal stuff. I've heard many people experience very similar things to what I have experienced. I honestly have it fairly tame, to be honest with you. This is really tame for me, because I am a just chatting streamer. I don't cater towards like fan service content, that's just not the type of content that I make. There's nothing wrong. Like I said, okay, let me clarify this. Do not think that I have something against fan servicey content. People can do whatever they want. Streamers can do whatever they want. I fully support them, and I think it's amazing that they can pull off what they do, because I am not naturally like that, right? I'm not saying that I find it disgusting. I'm not saying that it's weird. I think it's super cool, and they can do whatever they want to do, but that's just not what I do. I do a very specific content the way that I do it. Now, the way that I do my content usually doesn't bring in kind of the more parasocially kind of stuff, right? But it happens. It perhaps happens occasionally, and it's a little bit interesting to talk about for sure. Yeah, it was and it's something that I've seen, and it's happened over time, and only recently has it gotten worse and worse. Though I would say that it's leveled out to an extent. I'm not getting it as much. I just block and ignore the people who do send it. It's just interesting, it's very interesting stuff. So many streamers and VTubers are super lewd, and in your streams it's kind of just hanging out, so yeah, it's weird for you to receive nudes. But it's the personality, guys. What do you mean? What do you mean Treat's not gonna reciprocate? Come on. If I send him a naked picture of myself, he's gonna love it. Smile, 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 smile. It's Riz, guys. Wow, it's Riz. Like, bro. Okay. It's so crazy to me that this happens, because I'll say this. What is the expectation there? Right? What is the expectation there? Do you want me to say, yeah, damn, and then just Riz back? It's not the expectation there? What do you want me to say, man? What? Come on, bro. There's no reason. Oh my gosh. It's so crazy. It's so crazy, so crazy. No, like I've said this before. I've said this before. I don't actually there is the reason why the rule exists of like don't DM me and stuff like that is because I've been through some of this stuff personally, and it can get a little bit, you know, cooked to an extent. But do I care that people DM me? Usually, no. I usually don't. I will, you know, if you have a kind message to say, or you have like a really important thing to tell me about the Discord server that actually like has a lot of substance, I am totally down for that. That's super cool. Thanks for helping out the community. You know, that's great. Now, are you, you know, if you're going to send me a message, are you going to get a response from me every single time? No, because I have my own life and I get really busy outside of streams. And sometimes I just can't handle the volume. It's not easy. So I'm not promising anything. But is there a specific, you know, do I feel bad about it? No, I think that it's very cool that people want to send me messages. I think it's very generous. I think it's very, very like you know, it's very heartwarming that people do that. But there's a level to it all. And, you know, obviously it shouldn't be parasocial DMs. It should be like kind message DMs and that kind of stuff. And I'm totally fine with that. But it's gotten to the point where I had to make a rule about it because it was just like, you know what? I might as well have the rule there. So if it does happen again in the future, I can just shut it down. I can just shut it down. But yeah, because here's the thing. I like to think of myself as a fairly functional human being. I would never prey upon my community because that is crazy. I am not going to name any names, but there was an incident that I saw on a public forums, not forums, but a public social media website. It was a little bit of a drama issue. And I learned about it. I was not a part of it because I wasn't even streaming at the time, but I saw it and I was like, what the fuck? This person had a community and they were not a good individual and they very much took advantage of their community. And I just cannot see how that is ever a thing that you could ever do to the people who full-heartedly supports you. And that is just insane. That is insane. I hate seeing that, and that was genuinely one of the worst things that I saw in a really long time because he did it to lots of people. So yeah. Also, May, thank you for the first time chat. I really do appreciate it. Sorry. Hi, stranger. Hello. My name is Tree, otherwise known as Ren Nezumi. I'm a capybara VTuber who runs the CAPYBARA. Sorry about getting to your message very slowly there. I apologize. And Frosty, it's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Hi. Let's see. Let me read this chat again. Let me read this chat again. It doesn't matter who you are or what you do. Unsolicited nudes are gross and disturbing no matter what. I wouldn't wish that on anyone, which I agree. No, I completely agree. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with people's minds, but that's definitely something that I've seen. Some streamers are single, even though they have hundreds of chatters that would give up everything to date them, which is interesting. Interesting conversation too. That unfortunately happens a lot. I feel like every day there's another scandal with an influencer preying on their community members. Yeah, no, that's definitely something. I hate seeing it. It's just very sad. You know, it's just very, very sad. Another thing that I want to talk about, and this is a little bit more of a different conversation, but I should probably mention it because it's kind of along the same lines of this, right? Of being a VTuber, internet personality / streamer, and I like talking about cool, interesting topics. Like, this is an interesting topic that I think I've talked about before in the past, but I just want to reiterate about it because it's like it's really, really important to say. So there's something called the halo effect, right? I don't know if you guys know what the halo effect is. It's an actual thing. But there is something called the halo effect. What it is basically it's a cognitive bias, right? And it's when someone, like, someone's overall impression of someone else is based off of one single trait that they have that's like overwhelmingly like a good thing, if that makes sense, right? So what does that actually mean in like real word terms and not like mumbo jumbo, okay? That's okay. When you see someone that looks very, like, let's just say someone looks super handsome, for example, right? You base your impression of them by that one specific trait. So you think that they're perfect at a lot of things that they do because of how they look, or they're really smart, or they're very rich, or like whatever. A single specific like kind of trait that they have, people's impression of them is different because of that trait. That is the halo effect. Now, this is an interesting topic because surprisingly, people who stream and people who are internet, you know, personalities, online personalities, do go through this. I am not a perfect individual, and I never claim to be. I have lots of issues, okay? I am not problematic. I'd like to think so, but I'm not perfect. I have issues of my own. I feel bad sometimes on certain days. I am a normal functioning human being with highs and lows and good traits and positive traits, right? Like everyone else, right? But there is misconception sometimes where people will see, like, you know, this will happen a lot to other streamers, right? And this happens not in just the VTubing community, but also in streaming communities in general. The more viewers you have, the more likely people will just echo chamber you. Do you know what that means? Okay. Some people who have a following, no matter if they're like, the bigger the following that you have online, social media creator, you can get away with so much more than your average Joe. Because you have people who think you're perfect. So basically, to explain it in a way that makes sense, because I'm a streamer and I have a lot of viewers, let's just say, for an example, what I do and say instantly has more of an influence than somebody else who would say the same thing, but they don't have a viewership. So like, let's just say I say something and then somebody else says something, right? But because I have, let's just say, in a hypothetical situation, I have 1,000 people watching me and I have 1,000 concurrent viewers on Twitch, and I talk about this one issue that I'm experiencing. People will automatically think that that's a huge issue, that like, you know, poor treat, you know, treat, you shouldn't have went through that. Versus if I had 5 viewers and I talked about the same issue, now you're attention seeking. It's not even that big of a deal. Like, why are you making this such a big deal? It's because you're getting, you know, the bigger streamers are getting halo affected. You know, what that means is basically, because you have a big number, like a big viewership number and stuff like that, right? People just think that your issues have more precedence, your words have a little bit more, you know, weight to them than somebody else because you have influence. And it's just like, what the heck? Untrue. We are all humans at the end of the day, but this is actually a thing. And so it's so crazy. Okay, hello, I hope you're doing well. I hate when chats deify streamers and treat them as gods. Get it? Treat. Yeah, I mean, you'll see it occasionally. Candace, it's good to see you. Hi, hope you're doing well. I would generally be surprised if I ever saw a Google Doc confession about you, Ren. Like, it would blow my mind if you were problematic. Well, add that to the bucket list. Just kidding. I would never be. Ren doesn't even go to the store, and you're telling me you went and hit your granny and stole her wallet? Exactly. It's crazy. So why I love streams where the streamer and chat are constantly fighting each other. Oh yeah, that's really funny. But even streamers that constantly fight, I guess, with their chat, quote unquote, go through the same thing. Because at the end of the day, the fighting in chat, that's just like a bit. That's just like a dynamic. If that streamer one day, like, you know, said something really, really serious, it's like all of a sudden their chats just and community is just like, oh, I could never imagine, you know, this happening to you. Like, okay. There's a one specific case that I have in my head, right? There's this one specific case that I have in my head of something like this happening, this halo effect thing happening, but I'm not gonna talk about it because it's very sensitive to a lot of people. And to the VTubing community in general. I saw a video on it, so obviously I'm not gonna like say anything because I'm not a part of it and I'm not gonna bring attention to it. But there's a very specific like situation that I remember seeing back then. So it exists, and the only reason why I'm bringing it up is because this exists in all types of communities, and you'll see it all the time. But I'm not gonna bring it up because this was already made a super big deal a long time ago, and I would not want to bring it up again because that's like very insensitive to all the victims of that situation. Exactly. But yeah. That's just an interesting thing. Also, is another conversation, by the way. We're just jumping from, okay, at this point, I like, honestly, shouldn't be talking about half of this stuff. Not because there's anything wrong with it, but because it's just like, people just sometimes don't want to hear it, but it's just like, I'm just too deep in now, and I'm revealing how I feel about every little thing about what I do. The bigger you are as a streamer, you have to watch what you say. People don't understand that. You have to watch what you say. You really do. And I don't see it enough. What you say hurts other people. It can impact them very, very heavily. This is a genuine thing. I understand that sometimes, you know, you want to be able to talk about the things that you want to talk about. If you think that somebody is attacking you in a way, that you don't want to be attacked in, you know, don't like, obviously, like, you know, you're valid in the way that you feel, and I'm not trying to invalidate how other people feel, but you have to understand that if you are in a position of where there's much more people who take your word with a lot more weight because you do, you know, do a lot of things online, and you are, you know, people know you for that. You have to realize that your words have a lot more weight to them, and a lot of, you know, consequences and repercussions can come out from what you say, and it can influence other people even if you don't mean to. It can happen. And it's very crazy and scary to see, if that makes any sense. This is a genuine thing. I've seen it before in the past. I'm not going to name anybody because obviously I don't really remember these situations, but I've seen it before. That people will get into arguments, and they'll get into, you know, they'll get into arguments, and then one person says something publicly about the other person, and boom, all of a sudden, it's not an issue between two people. It's the issue between two communities. And a lot of times, if it's disproportional, the other person gets buried. And like the very, very bad side of this is like death threats. And I've seen it before, and it's like, that is just not it whatsoever. No. Do not do that. That's crazy. Seen it before. It's crazy. Happens a lot. Yeah, no. I see it a lot too. There's a lot of things that I feel like as fully functional human beings, just keep it to yourself, or keep it in DMs, or talk to the other person privately first. Airing out this kind of stuff when, you know, it's a lot of people have eyes. Like, okay, if you have a disagreement with somebody, please, I just wish more people would talk to each other in DMs or privately first before making it a public, like, spectacle. Why are you tagging them on Twitter when everyone can see it? Like, it's just like, Why is that always the case? It's because they want the attention. That it's you're like 90% right. But it's just really sad to see, because it's like I feel like there's so many situations where it can be very easily resolved like privately without dragging in a bunch of people, if you know what I mean. It just feels bad when you see it, because it's like sometimes it's really not that big of a deal. And sometimes it is more of a private issue that really shouldn't be, you know, shared like publicly. And like, you know, there's nothing stopping you from sharing it publicly. I'm not saying that you shouldn't. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, I guess it's your choice because you have the freedom to do so. I'm just thinking to myself, like, unless it's for a very specific reason, like you mentioned, you know, wanting attention on this specific issue, there's like no reason to do it in the way that it is done, if that makes any sense. But yeah. At the end of the day, I'll see this a lot. It's just one of those situations where, you know, if you know, for me personally, I feel like, you know, when you do this and you do have people who, you know, feel like your words have strong weight, that you do have to kind of watch out on what you say and what you do publicly, just because it can influence others in a way that you might not think it will, if that makes any sense. You know, you never know. Hi, following random VTubers on stream. Thank you, I appreciate it. Welcome into the stream. Hello, my name is Treats, otherwise known as Ren Nezumi. I'm a Capybara VTuber who runs the Cafe Bara. We are very much just having a, you know, just chatting stream, talking about a bunch of different things. We've jumped from way too many topics. Today is a little bit of a, definitely a deeper, more, definitely a deeper stream than most streams, but it's okay. I think for the most part, the conversations that I've had and my responses to them, you know, I won't have any consequences from it for the most part. Oh my gosh. Some people think that harassment on the internet isn't serious because it's internet, but harassment is harassment regardless of when, where, and how it's done, which is fair. Yes, very true. But yeah. It's just being careful about how you present yourself and what you say, because, you know, like at the end of the day, words can hurt. And especially if your words can influence others, then it's like, it's bad, you know? It's not good to talk about other people. I always find it interesting when people talk about the internet and the real world as if they're two fully separate entities when they're so not. Yeah, no, they're very much intertwined and connected. You know, like, how's your day? My day's good. My thing's good. Thank you for asking. I very much appreciate it. I hope all of you guys are having a absolutely wonderful first day of the year for the most part. But yeah, you know, like I was saying before though, like for example, and this will happen occasionally. Hi Candace, no worries. Thank you. I will enjoy the rest of my stream. You have a wonderful night yourself. I appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by today. For example, right? If I sat down and I started talking about this hypothetical person that I don't like because I had one falling out with them and I just like, you know, I hate how they do things. I don't like, you know, this whole incident that I had with them, blah, 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 blah. And I start regurgitating my side of the story to you guys, for example. If I sit here and say, guys, I had such a problem with so and so and so and so, and they like treated me so badly, and like this is what they said to me, and like, you know, like, oh my gosh, like how could they do this to me? Like I'm just a little capybara streamer. Like, well, how could they be so rude to you know, this friendly neighborhood capybara streamer? You know, a lot of times people in the community will be like, oh my gosh, how could they do that to my Oshi? How could they do that to my, you know, streamer? And like, obviously, like, you are free to do that as a streamer, but, you know, this is not good because you're talking about somebody else, and all of a sudden people in your chat are like, up in arms against this whole thing, like against this person. And at the end of the day, it is your side of the story. So like, I always say this, and I have this conversation with my IRL friends and friends that are close to me too. There is your side of the story, their side of the story, and the true story. Okay? There's three. Your side, their side, and the truth. It's very hard to separate your personal feelings when you're intertwined with an issue with somebody else. So when you share it, when you share it with people that you know, you're gonna try and put yourself in a more positive light regardless. You can try to control it, you can, but at the end of the day, you might not include certain things. That was my dad sneezing, I don't know if you heard that. You might include certain things, and you might not include certain things that they said. And you might include certain things, and you might not include certain things you said, you know? And so it's like these type of things, you know, it's very difficult, you know? What did dad sneeze? I know. I'm so sorry. Did you guys hear? How loud was that? I'm so sorry. Usually you can't hear anything, but my microphone has 0 noise suppression, and that was loud. That was so loud. My apologies if it was loud. But yeah, that's crazy. Words have great power and weight, especially to great and big influencers. Their very words can change a person's view to changing a country, which is fair. And thank you for the head pat. I really do appreciate it. Sometimes you gotta keep stuff private. It can be frustrating for viewers, but it's better not to talk about it. Exactly. Sometimes you have to do, you have to keep things, private. Ren kicked my grandma and yelled at me. Neglects to mention that me and my grandma hit him with a bat and tried to rob him. It's crazy. What a hypothetical situation. It's crazy though. But it's true. It is true. A lot of times with a lot of disagreements people have with each other, there's a lot of things to take into consideration. Like people have different sides to the story, and it's not good to blindly follow somebody, etc. Reserve your judgment, etc. That kind of stuff is really important. Dad sneeze is always loud somehow, and bless your dad. Yeah, I know. He's been having a lot of allergies recently, so he's been kind of under the weather a little bit, which is fair, because I myself have been kind of having allergy stuff a while back, so it's definitely something. But yeah, thank you for the concern. I really appreciate it. But these are super deep conversations that we've had today. Thanks for listening to me, and thanks for being understanding about a lot of this kind of stuff. I will say that I do enjoy talking about it, because I do feel comfortable talking about it with you guys. It's very nice to be able to sit down with my community and just kind of chat about things that not to say that I feel like super strongly about, but just things that I've seen around, and just kind of like just chat about it, and just kind of be like, get different perspectives on it, just like how interesting certain things turn out to be. There's a big reason why I don't like, what's the word that I want to say? It's a big reason why I don't use certain websites as much as some others, because I just can't stand what I see there. I'm not gonna lie to you. Sometimes, I'm just gonna say I hate Twitter, or X, or whatever they call it now. I'll never be able to, like, I'll scroll it just to like be up to date with what's going on in this like, kind of small little community that I'm in, and like kind of what my mutuals are up to, because a lot of them are very cool and amazing people. But sometimes I will see things where it's just like, I'll see things and I'll be like, man, that's crazy. Why did that even happen? Why are people like so like just wild about this kind of stuff? Like, this is the honest and true reaction that I have seeing half the stuff that I see on Twitter and other platforms sometimes when there is just crazy ass drama. That is the expression, that is smile, like, that is it. Oh, I was supposed to do it in a different way. Wait, I just... Yeah. Thank you, Beans, for this amazing image, because now I get to take it out whenever I talk about things that I can just sit here and just be like, you know what? Take this, blast it up, move it to the side over here, do this. Yeah, okay, perfect. Now I can actually sit here and do this. Big, big smile. Smile. All you can do is smile, guys. Alright, I have to go, but I'll be back. I love you all and have a good day. Thank you, Septimus. Have a nice night. I appreciate it. Don't get me started on X. Oh, gosh. Everyone else's dad making those crazy calf gag noises whenever he clears his throat in the morning. Yes. Don't get me started. Yes. That's such a mood. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. When I see crappy stuff on Twitter, I just remind myself it turned into a weaponized propaganda. Yeah, no, it's crazy. That website's crazy. I don't like using that website. I'm gone. I didn't think you see it so fast. I am all-knowing. At least on my Discord, I am all-knowing. But, yeah. You know, thank you for this, Beans. I really appreciate it, because now I get to just turn this on and off whenever I talk about things that I, you know, think are very, very stupid. But yeah, you know, sometimes you just have to smile as the world burns around you. Yeah, it's like the dog meme. This is fine. It's so fine, guys. It's so fine. It's okay. It's just I just wish people treated each other with more like kind of respect and dignity and stuff like that, instead of just fighting over stupid things. Like, and I know it's the internet, and I know it's hard to do that and stuff like that, but it's just like, you know, like, people have disagreements with each other all the time. It doesn't have to turn into like this huge mess of a public, you know, spectacle, if that makes any sense. It's just how it is. It's just how it is. Hi, how are you? Sato, it's good to see you again. Hi, I hope you're doing good. It's been a little bit. Hello. Hope you've been hanging in there pretty well. You know, Happy New Year. Hope the year has been good for you. Once again, my stuff has disappeared. Demonic Viper, thank you for the follow. And Mako, thank you for the follow too. Welcome into the stream. My name is Treat, otherwise known as Ren Nezumi. I'm a capybara VTuber who runs the CAPYBARA. Capybara, yes, these are all things. Happy New Year too, thank you, I appreciate it. And thank you for your first time message. But once again, we're having a very casual, just chatting stream, so feel free to chat, chill, vibe, lurk, do whatever you want to do to make yourself comfortable without making others uncomfortable. Yeah, it's good to have you though. Hello, I hope you're both doing well. Happy New Year, hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday, first day of the new year. Can I can I get a hot mocha latte, please? Of course. Let's see. It's like that one Markiplier quote where he mentions the golden rule of treating people the way you want to be treated. Exactly. I think at the end of the day, most people you meet deserve the respect and stuff. I know there's this thing that goes around where it's just like, you know, if they don't respect me, why should I respect them? And I think that's a fair sentiment. If they don't respect you, you know, do whatever you want. But even if it is a first impression, I think it's good to be respectful of others. Treating others the way that you want to be treated, having a good first impression, interacting with people in a way that I think is just like, you know, perpetuates a sense of like, you know, positivity. You know, I think that's very important to have when talking with people. I love meeting new people, all types of different people. At the end of the day, you know, it's just like, I want to be as respected as I believe they want to be. And you know, the best way to do that is to take the first step to be respectful, if that makes any sense. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you need to treat people the way they deserve to be treated, which is honestly fair. Treat. Hi, Wolfie. It's good to see you. Welcome into the stream. I hope you're doing well. Hello. I love this introduction. It just feels like a welcome. Yeah. I feel so safe and warm in the stream. I can't describe it, but yeah. Well, I'm really glad that I'm able to provide that for you. You know, um, I'm just happy, like I said before in the past, that I'm able to stream, and I stream the content that I like to stream, which is just chatting streams. I do 90% just chatting streams. I am really happy that you guys, you know, like to listen to my yapping, etc., etc. Always take my, you know, chats with a grain of salt, but you know, just I appreciate it, and I'm glad to be able to create this environment for you guys to relax and kind of just like, you know, be able to spend time with each other, learn about, you know, different topics, learn a little bit more about me, all that kind of different stuff. But yeah, I'm very appreciative that you guys like the content, I guess you could say, and like the community too. Yeah. Have to go now. Have a nice stream. Thank you, Shane. Have a nice night too. Thanks for sticking around tonight. Hopefully the conversation wasn't too deep. You had a good night. Appreciate it. We chillin'. We love new people. Oh yeah. I definitely love new people. Love it when people come in and they love my streams. Oh, I'm having too much fun with that soundboard. But yeah, we had a lot of very deep, lot of very deep chats today, and I'm very appreciative that you guys were very open to listening to me yap about my personal issues with certain things and me establishing my boundaries today, because that was very kind of y'all to understand how I feel. But Homa, it's good to see you. Hi, I hope you're doing well. Hi, it's been a little bit, but I hope you've been holding up pretty well for the most part. Thank you for the jacket toggle. I appreciate it. Oh my gosh, but that was great. That was great. You guys, what? Yeah, as you can see, both of the Riz emotes and the lick emote was made by our wonderful resident artist Muck, who is absolutely amazing at what they do. You know, exclamation mark Muck if you want to commission them for anything art-wise. These are images that Muck has made in the past for me because they're very kind. Also, these are some of the other images that Muck has made. Oh, for me, if I can get out of the way. These are also some of the other images that Muck has made. You know, this one, which is very cute. This one, which is very handsome. Not this one, because that one's just on the side for some reason. It's big, yeah. These like little small emote thingies, which are very nice too. And then this one down here, which is like me, I guess, on a bed. Yeah. But please do. That art is a year old. Why? Because it's the new year, 2025, 2024? Yeah. But there's a lot of art. Here's also this one. If I can pull it up for you guys, I apologize here. There is also, is it this one? Yeah, there is also this one. So this is the, so for those who don't know, because there's a lot of newer people in here. And so once again, if you are new, hi, it's very nice to meet you. But, you know, I am having a 2.0 model debut in the somewhat future of 2025, first half of 2025, some point. We're going to have a 2.0 model debut. It's going to be very expensive and very well marketed, hopefully. But mainly very expensive, and a lot of effort and time put into all the assets that's going to go into it. This is probably going to be the reference that's going to be used for the model itself for the 2.0, because it's going to be really cool. But yeah, this is, you know, Muck made this too, out of nowhere. It's great. I really appreciate you, Muck, for doing this once again, because it makes my, you know, my job a million times easier, because your like sense of design and just like the way that you put this all together while including aspects of like my actual model itself and everything like that. Great, amazing, awesome. And I'm very appreciative that, you know, you did this. And thank you so much. You know, that's just so great. So amazing. I would trust that man to clean up a crime scene. We should do crime scene cleaner again. That was such a good game. Such a good game. But yeah, happy new year, happy new year. If you want to also see, you know, Muck also has created something absolutely wonderful that I feel like I should share here, because why not? You know, like this is just so important and crucial to my streams that as an individual, I have to share it. You know, it's just boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom. Yeah, happy new year, guys. So crazy. But I get to have fun because Muck lets me have fun, and I appreciate it so much. It's crazy though. Oh god, that's the wrong one. Okay. How do I stop this here? The panning. What was the button for it again? Panning button. Button for panning. Where's the button? Okay, never mind. There's an ad break anyway. You guys get to enjoy the ad break, I guess. What a time to raid. What a time to raid. Cintrina, thank you for the raid. I really do appreciate it. Welcome in, raiders. My name is Treat, otherwise known as Ren Nezumi. I am a capybara VTuber who runs the Cafe Bara. It is very nice to have you here. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome in. We are currently in a small little bit of an ad break. I apologize to those who are currently being bombarded by a little bit of a overwhelming sense of ads. You know, my fault. My fault. You know what? I'm sorry. It's just unfortunate timing, but thanks for being here. I hope you had a wonderful, absolutely amazing stream of Final Fantasy. Yeah. Thanks for coming in my stream. I really appreciate it. And I hope you had a good stream. But thanks for being here. What did you walk into? Nothing. We're currently in an ad break right now. That is this is our ad break screen at this point. It's so crazy. But I hope you had a fun time. As always, raiders, if you are coming in, please take the time to rest up well. Go get some good to eat. Dip if you need to. Eat, sleep, you know, do whatever you want to do now after your long experience and long stream. Keep yourself comfortable. Keep yourself, you know, well fed, etc., etc. Had a good time until the snow decided to ruin my internet. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. A lot of people have been having internet issues, and I do apologize, and I hope that...
Raiders, this is his normal face, I swear.
True. This is my normal face. This is my normal face. Oh, yeah. Lovely smolder. But yes, I'm so sorry to hear that your internet was bad. I apologize. You know, hopefully your internet gets better soon so that you can continue to enjoy the wonderful embrace of your community and your streams. Okay, so the ad break is, I think, currently at this point done. So I can finally stop with all of this that you currently see on the screen. So I can actually be fully functioning. You can actually see my model. Yes, this is my model and me as a person. This will not be me in approximately give or take 6 months or so, because we are having a 2.0 model debut in the future. You can see me if I just bend my head down a little bit. Hi. This camera is very annoying right now because it won't stop panning. But hey, hi. You see me? Hi. Yeah. This is the model reference that is going to be used for the 2.0 model for those who are interested to be seeing all of this. But you know, it's here. 6 months or so, maybe a little bit longer, maybe a little bit less. Who knows? Depends on availability of artists and stuff. But this will be the reference for the 2.0 model, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be wonderful. And thanks for listening to me rant about my 2.0. Yeah, it's very cool. Thank you once again, Muck, for the image, and thank you for the bonk, Mako. I appreciate it. Yes, please give a little check. You should check out Muck. Thank you. Yes. If you like my streams, just know that a lot of it is possible, and a lot of the bits are possible. The little funny jokes that we make, a lot of them are possible because of the very generous and wonderful and amazing Muck for what they do, because it's very nice of them for doing all of this. It's very cool. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I was very appreciative of all of the artwork that was here. Some of these were, this one was the first one. All of these came after. Thank you once again, Muck, for being a part of our wonderful community and for doing this for me. You actually genuinely have no idea how much it means to me whenever I was a lot smaller of a streamer to even receive any type of art in general, because it was just not really a thing that I've ever had in the past. And so it was a lot of motivation. And so maybe I don't say it enough. I really should say it more. But your art really did motivate me to really push myself more and to do better whenever I first started, because it was really nice seeing somebody like my design. It was really nice seeing somebody like the streams that I do, and to do art on some of the streams that we did in the past, which is very cool and very kind of you. But yeah, not to get too super crazy mushy on that kind of stuff, but I'm very grateful. That's all I really wanted to say. Yeah. Cool. Was I the first person to draw fan art of you, Ren? No. But you were the most consistent, for sure. Very consistent. And I'm extremely grateful for that. It's very kind. Very, very kind. I had been streaming for, I think, about a month since when I first met you, I think. For give or take some time. Which is kind of crazy to think about, that we really have not really been doing this for a long time. At least in recent times, we have not been doing this for a long time. Crazy to think that I started in September. I'm not gonna lie to you. September doesn't feel that long ago. But yeah, no, it was definitely September. It was definitely September when I started. It's crazy. Unstinkified time. Thank you, Duns. Have a nice shower. I really appreciate it. But yeah, once again, I just want to say you guys are amazing. Thanks for listening to me. Thanks for listening to me rant and talk about a bunch of the different things that I talked about today. Once again, I very much apologize if they were very deep talks and you don't like listening to deep talks. I'm sorry. That's just how things stacked up to be today. I appreciate the, despite everything, listening to my rants, I guess, about different personal or different things that I've seen around, etc., etc. It's very kind of you to listen to me and stuff. Watch time's crazy. Thought it would say 300 by now. It's very close. It's because, okay, I will admit, my streams recently have been a little bit on the shorter side, so I do apologize for that. It's just because recently my sister has been home and my parents have been home because my sister has been home more. And so I'm not technically at home as much, or I'm not home alone as much, which means that I am not allowed to stream kind of the crazy ass hours that I usually do in the past. So like it's a little bit rough. I promise you guys that I will definitely be more active and streaming longer in the near future once people kind of start to dissipate from my household, so that I am here alone and I get to stream crazy wild stuff again. Called a 24-hour stream because that would be fun again to do, because that was actually really really fun. But yeah, thanks for sticking around. You know, gotta get some soundproofing in your room. I know. What's the crazy thing is, like, I'll be streaming in here and then my sister will literally be sitting here, like she'll be just watching my stream. It's crazy. And I'm just like, so like she might be watching us right now. And if my sister is watching the stream right now, I want you to bust through my door right now. Is she watching? What is she laughing about, bruh? Heard her cackling about something. Yeah, we both have cackle laughs. It's really crazy. Yeah, we both have cackle laughs. That's something that we've definitely both inherited. Does she know how unhinged we are? For the most part, I feel like, yeah. She'll be here. She doesn't have an account though. That's the thing. She doesn't have an account, so she'll just like watch my streams like with like a no account. So yeah, she might just be watching. I don't know. Trying to bait her in here right now. We'll still also be doing what's that stream in the future. We're gonna do one of those duo streams. We're supposed to do it when she was home during Christmas, but I guess not, because I don't think, like, I don't have anything planned on it. We're gonna do a duo stream though, where like it's just gonna be like a cool event where I guess we'll like chat about something interesting on stream, or like we'll like do the thing, you know like what other VTubers will do. They'll do the whole thing about like rate, you know, or I try to guess other VTubers names, or like, you know, I try to, you know, like my sister tries to do this, or my sister tries to do this about VTubers, or like, you know, figure out, you know, rate their designs, or like, you know, like figure out what their name is, or like first impressions of this VTuber, you know, like that kind of stuff. Been wanting to do content with like that because I think it'll be really funny. But yeah, it's, you know, it's gonna be interesting. Just make sure she doesn't dox you. Oh my god, you're so right. You're so right. What if she doxes me? I always forget that most people don't have like kind of the common sense not to just say my name on stream. I had this happen once. There was oh yeah, have a nice night, Muck. I appreciate it. Thanks for sticking around. There was this one time. There was this one time. So my what is it called? One of my friends that I don't know them in real life, but they were my online friends, and we were supposed to meet each other during a Florida trip. So me and my friends, my online friends that I've known since like middle school and stuff like that, we'll do this thing where we'll plan out a trip during the summer and we'll all just go and just hang out at like a Airbnb and stuff like that. One of them came into my stream one day and he was just like, "Hey, Treat's real name, how are you doing? You know, like this and that, like talking about trip stuff." And I was like, uh-oh. And then Taijik came in, and Taijik was just like, "Dude, this guy is so dumb. What is he doing?" And so we banned him off of stream for a little bit, just so that he didn't do that again. So funny. It was genuinely so funny. Now the good thing is, I still remember that stream too. we were playing Minecraft. And we were playing, yeah, we were playing Minecraft that day, and I only had like 8 people in chat that day, so like it was fine, you know, like who cares, you know? Of those 8 people, they kind of already knew my real name because I've said it before in the past, but I've realized that I probably shouldn't have. But this is a long time ago. So you know, it's fine. It's fine. You know, it's okay. I have a friend that would say my real name online. That's crazy. That's so crazy. That sounds terrifying. No, Lime, it was definitely something. I definitely was very like was very worried that day for sure. I'll be lurking, Red. I hope stream goes well. Of course. Once again, thank you so much, Centrina, for the raid. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for absolutely wonderful raid. It was very kind of you. And I hope your internet gets better soon so you can continue to stream and have fun. It's always nice. It's always very, 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 very nice. Anyways, I'm gonna head out for the night. Bye chat, bye Ren. Enjoy the rest of the stream for sure. Have a nice night. Thank you so much. And thank you for the throw even more. I have to actively tell my friends not to say my name in chat if they see me. Oh yeah, it's very true. All right. Well, this is actually very convenient timing. Once again, everyone, I just wanted to quickly say, once again, thank you. Thank you so much for being absolutely amazing people and listening to me. Yap, 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 yap. But today, I think it is time that I do end stream despite starting my stream a little bit later. I do apologize. I'm so sorry to end stream while you raided me not too long ago, but I woke up super late today and I am like still super tired. So I might just take some time and get some rest. But thank you once again for everyone who was able to be here today. I apologize for the super deep chats today. You know, it was a lot of chats, but I'm very happy to be here regardless of it. Lazy Rambo fan, thank you for the follow. Really do appreciate it. Welcome into the stream. My name is Treats, otherwise known as Ren Nezumi. I'm a Capybara VTuber who runs the Cafe Bara. But like I said before, thank you for being here, everyone. Thank you for listening to me yap. I will be active on the Discord for the most part, and I will see you tomorrow. I will see you tomorrow at our normal time streams. I will see you tomorrow, you know, once again for... Actually, tomorrow might be Cobblemon, actually. Whoa, I forgot to say, but tomorrow we might actually not have a just chatting stream. We're going to be playing Cobblemon. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you guys know what Cobblemon is. It's basically Pokemon in Minecraft, but that might be what we're doing. It's going to be really fun. If you don't care about my Cobblemon streams and you only want to listen to me yap and talk and just chat, please come to the Cobblemon stream because we're still going to be doing that. It's going to be less about a game and it's going to be more about it's more about the yapping with you guys. It's just background images. Yeah. But have a nice night, everyone. I appreciate it. Please get some rest. I'll see you all later. Thank you.
Something about her. Wiz, thank you so much for the 27 month